What's up, Black family? What's up, Black family? This is another edition of yet another really good show of Melanated Thought, where we talk about things that affect the Black community as a whole. I am your host, Reggie O.
And I'm Mimi the lady.
And what a lovely lady she is, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, indeed, baby. Oh, man. This is going to be an interesting show today. Because it's going to be a very interesting show today because we are going to be talking about something that a lot of Black people don't like to talk about.
Right.
Because some of them are embarrassed to talk about it. But that's okay, though. We still going to talk about it anyway.
It needs to be talked about.
I agree, because, it's very detrimental to the sisters out there, so that the sisters can know what to look for and all that good stuff, man, because we are talking about brothers on the down low. Yeah. So that's gonna be the subject of the day. So everybody, sit back, relax, and in the words of Houdini, put on your headgear. Get ready for a trip to the atmosphere. So yeah, it's gonna be a good one. So how was your week, baby?
Just another week trying to survive out here in these streets.
Oh, man.
So much going on. It's just got taken one day at a time.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much. Well, I tried to work from home this week. I went in over something stupid, but it is what it is. It was. I mean, come on. I mean, really, it was. I mean, I don't mind working from home. I don't mind going to the office to work. I really don't. But I was supposed to work from home, but as luck would have it, I'm not working from home. So there we had that problem. So it is what it is. But it was just a regular week nonetheless.
Yeah. Not well, you want to start out with any books this week?
You know what? I got a few books, man.
Okay, then we'll get into current events, which really not that many. Yeah. The obvious, of course, is the election, but we'll talk about that a little later. Okay.
Well, of course, I always start out with books that every Black person should read at least once in their lifetime. And two of the books that I have are a couple of books that I've been promoting kind of heavy because we really, really, really need to read these two books, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, my beautiful Black family. One of them is The ISIS Papers by Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. I can't stress this book enough because it definitely ties into what we're talking about today. It really does. So y'all need to peep that, cop that, check it out. I think it's available in electronic form. If you have an ebook, get it. I have this in paperback myself. Yeah, definitely get this book. It's going to be worth the read. And this is actually the continuation of the book I'm getting ready to talk about right now, which is The Compensatory Counter-Racist Code. It also ties into what we're talking about today. So definitely, you can't go wrong with this book right here. I think me and my soul brother Lester Deloney, if you're out there listening, what's up, man? We have talked about this book on several occasions when he was on the show, and this is a really, really, really good read, man. I think everybody should get this book also. Now, I have a couple of books that I have not read, and I probably won't read, but just for anybody else that's out there struggling with this situation, you might want to check these books out. One of them is written by a man named J.L. King, and it's called On the Down Low, A Journey into the Lives of Straight Black Men Who Sleep with Women. Now, I have a problem with that title because the way I see it, if you're a straight Black man, the one thing you're not going to do is sleep with another straight Black man. I'm sorry. That's just how I see it. Well, but we'll get into that later.
Right, exactly.
We'll get into that later. And there's another book that I just happened
And that book came out in 2004, by the way.
04?
04.
Oh, okay. And here's another book.
Let me say that just correlate how long this topic been out.
Yeah, it's been out for a minute. Yeah. And like I said, nobody really likes to talk about it. And here's another book called Beyond the Download: Sex, Lies, and Denial in the Black Community by Keith Boykins. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, if you are struggling with this, I would suggest you read these. Because, It might be an interesting read. I don't know. It's not something I want to read, but that's just me. But it is what it is. My man Marvin's in the chat room. What's going on, brother?
Hey, Marvin.
We'll give you a call later on, man, because I know you got something to say about this situation.
Absolutely.
So, here's another book. The last one is called Nobody is Supposed to Know, Black Sexuality on the Download by C. Riley Snorton. I saw this book. I actually saw this book at the bookstore. I passed right by it.
Didn't even take a glance at it.
I didn't even take a glance at it because, like I said, this ain't something I'm struggling with, so I don't have a problem with it.
Well, you don't have to struggle with it. It's just some more knowledge that you can understand, or do you not want to stand it, or
Well, it's not that I don't want to understand it. It's just that I can't understand it because I'm not that way.
Well, we know you're not that way, but I'm just saying, like, if you read it, maybe you have an understanding of why they're that way.
Well, I suppose.
Yeah.
That's a good way of putting it. That's a good way of putting it.
That's a good way of putting it. You're not going to do it then?
Probably not. Yeah, you know me well enough to know that.
Yeah, that's why I brought that up. Yeah, I can, I could have kept them that little breath.
Yeah.
But no, honestly, though, just like if people feel just like you do, you read it anyway so you can get an understanding. So
I suppose, I suppose. I guess I could keep an open mind about the situation, but
Absolutely.
But, okay, what we got for current events, dear?
Well, not too much happened this week. Only thing that was very important, like always, the election. We have 9 days until the big dance.
Yep.
Hopefully everybody is still trying to go out and early vote.
Yep.
We have until the 30th here in Texas to early vote. And then November 3rd is the day of, for lack of better words, reckoning.
Yeah.
And of course, Obama, he was out there stomping for Biden.
Of course.
He did a very encouraging moment, a speech that I really love, and he kind of gut punched Trump a couple of times, which was encouraging. And I mean, I know this is not possible, and he had his due diligence with his 8 years, but just after listening to him talk and how he sounds so presidential, like, can this man run for another term? Just 4 more years. That's all we need. You know
what? Cat Williams had a joke. He said, "Can we date a president for a while?"
I know. Right? Can he just come in through the back door and
can we date a president for a while before we make a commitment? I mean, because
I know people had their issues, but y'all gotta remember that man. He sounds presidential. He looks presidential. He wasn't caught up in any scandals. Because of course Michelle wasn't having it.
Hey man, that's a stone. That's a stone cold sister.
Absolutely.
Right there. Believe that.
So it's like, God, can he come back in and try, quote unquote, air quotes, try to fix what's going on, and then whoever want to run can come back in. But he just sounds so encouraging. So
it's like Cat Williams said, can we date a president for a little bit before before we go into it? Whatever. But yeah, man, I don't. There was another debate, wasn't there?
It was. It was another debate. And this time it was okay. They kept talking about the same things from the first debate.
Right.
But this time they had a quote unquote sister, I'm glad to say, as a moderator, and she kept it under control. Even though Chris Wallace gave her a shout out and said, "God, I'm jealous of you. How were you able to keep it under control?" But it was okay. They kept saying the same thing. Of course, they kept dancing around the black issues. But
of course, they're going to do that. That's what politicians do. That's what politicians do. Because as long as black people don't ask for anything, they're cool. But the second a black person starts asking for stuff for black people, all of a sudden they're going to dance around the question. They're going to try their best not to answer the question, and they hope to God nobody notices it. Which is why, which is the main reason why I will never ever be in a town hall meeting or debate if I ask a question, because the first thing I'm going to say is, "Okay, but you didn't answer the question."
My question, yeah.
So.
And of course, they always dance around. I mean, Trump always bring up that old famous line, "I did more for black people than Abraham Lincoln."
Well, let me just say this. I'm going to put this out there for everybody else that's out there listening. If you are a Trump supporter, name one thing that Donald Trump has done for the black community as a whole.
Well, this is what he said to his debate. He's did a couple of prisoner reforms. He let some people out of prison. I don't give a damn about that. He gave a lot of money to HBCUs.
Okay.
What else did he say? It wasn't too many, because if it was, I would have remembered. So,
well, see, here's the thing. Here's the thing about the whole HBCU thing. There are just as many white people that go to HBCUs than there are black.
It does.
So you miss me with that one.
It does.
You know,
it is. It is.
I mean, you know, you're missing with that one, people. I mean, I just don't get it. I mean, you can sit up here and say, oh, I did this, that, and the third for HBCUs, but there are just as many white people that go to HBCUs as there are black, damn near.
Absolutely.
And the reason why they go is because the HBCU's tuition is a whole lot cheaper
Absolutely.
than other schools.
And get just as a beneficial education as going to a Yale or a Harvard.
Exactly. You get the same quality education at a cheaper price, which is the reason why a lot of people, other than black people, go to HBCUs. Now, me personally, that's the one experience that I hate that I missed. But that's okay, though.
Oh, yeah.
That's all right, though. You know, I turned out okay. But I think I would have turned out, me personally, I just would have loved to have had that black college experience, but I didn't, you know, and that's okay. That's all right. That's all right.
And it helps. I must admit, I think we talked about this earlier.
Yeah.
But it did form me into the proud, melanated.
Oh my God, yes.
Woman.
Man, and
I am today.
And that melanin is definitely popping, y'all.
It is.
It is.
Yes, it is.
And one thing I want to talk about before we go any further is I want to talk about this thing with Ice Cube.
Yes, I was just about to bring that up.
Thank
because
you.
he's still in the news.
He is still in the news. And
Our culture,
Yeah.
which I hate. I'm sorry, I don't like to use the word hate, but I don't understand why he's getting beat down now.
well, the reason why he's getting beat down is mostly because of the Democratic shields that's out there. Those are the ones that's doing it. The Roland Martins, you know, because he's a Democratic shield. The Angela Rye.
The one who got me, D.L. Hughley.
DL?
Oh my God.
DL, well, yeah, DL is trying to get everybody to vote down Democrat also. Now, it's like I said last week, okay? Ice Cube went to both parties.
He did.
He went to the Democratic Party.
He did.
They blew him off.
Right. He went there first.
He went there first.
He went there first.
He
He did.
since black people vote Democrat 9 times out of 10.
Absolutely.
So he went there first. They blew him off. He goes to the Republican Party. They actually have a sit down with this man and want to discuss what he had in store
What he
as
had in
far
mind.
as the contract for Black America, the contract with Black America, I should say. Now, Ice Cube would be the first to tell anybody he didn't write this plan. He sat down with people that were smarter than him to come up with something for black people.
Absolutely.
Okay, he sat down with people like with the likes of Boyce Watkins and a few others to come up with a plan that's going to help black people as a whole. So, but the biggest thing that people are having an issue with is the fact that the Republicans actually sat down with this man.
Right.
Now, like I said, he went to the Democratic Party first. They could have had to sit down with him.
True.
They told him to wait till after the election.
After the election, right.
In other words, don't call us, we'll call you. The blow off.
The blow off. Yeah.
So now the Democrats are pissed off because they didn't have a sat down with him. Well, you had your opportunity, you blew him off. Why get pissed off?
Correct.
Because to be completely honest with you, I don't care who does what, as long as it gets done.
No, exactly.
Because the black community needs all the help we can get. Now, can we help ourselves? No doubt about it.
But we need help though.
I agree with you on that. But we can't help ourselves. We did it in Tulsa.
True. That's true.
We did it in Rosewood.
That's true.
And there were a whole bunch of Black Wall Streets all over this United States, man. And we did it then. We can do it now. We can help ourselves. But
would they last though, sweetie?
that's a good question.
Yeah.
That's a really good question. Would they allow it to last? Because
yeah.
what happened with the whole Tulsa thing was the fact that they took black people and they put them in that little spot because they didn't think anything was going to happen. They just said, okay, let's throw them over here. They're out of our hair. We ain't going to worry about them.
Right.
They come back a few years later. They see all these schools. They see all these businesses.
Successfulness.
They see these big ass mansions that these brothers and sisters are living in. All of a sudden, they wait a minute. What's going on
We
here?
weren't utilizing nothing of theirs.
No,
everything was
completely
in-house.
self-sufficient. Yeah,
Yes.
we were completely self-sufficient. Then that one catalyst happened,
Oh yeah.
and that was a spark they needed to go and tear shit up.
Yep. That's why I asked. Even if we can, like a couple of podcasts we did, I think like 98 families got together and about. Can we do? We can do. We have the means to do it.
We have the means to do it.
Will it last?
Good question.
That's what I'm saying. I can see if I would love to see another Wakanda.
Oh man, yeah.
But how long will it last?
Well, see, and I've always said this. That's the reason why I love the Black Panther movie. It's because it gives you a glimpse. Oh yeah, man. I have watched that thing
What, four times,
at least. I saw it twice in the theaters. I saw it twice in the theaters, and I have the Blu-ray for it. And when I got the Blu-ray, I got the digital copy of it.
Wow.
So
You are
I watched
a fan.
the crap. I watched the crap out of it. And you know I got the Black Panther movie poster on my wall.
Yeah, he does.
So
he does.
and that's my favorite movie because it gives you a glimpse of what Africa could have been, if white folks had just stayed the hell out of it, stripping it blind.
Right.
So, and that's why I love that movie. And on top of that, the movie started. If you look at the movie at the very beginning, it started where the Black Panthers originally started, which is in Oakland, California. A lot of people don't know that, but you know that was kind of historic. With that, but that was a cool movie. That's my all-time favorite Marvel movie, y'all. But and this lady to my right knows that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so
definitely.
But anyway, that's my spiel on the whole Ice Cube thing.
Well, let me play devil's advocate. Like I said, I love to put on that coat every week. Do you think the Republicans used him? Because at that time, that's when Trump was writing his black quote-unquote plan.
Yeah, the platinum plan.
The platinum plan, and Ice Cube came knocking. You're like, oh, okay, well, let's get him in here. And then when his aide posted that tweet, which caused this firestorm, so do you think Republicans use him for some kind of come up or notoriety, or
I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah.
I don't put anything past the Republicans.
Which sucks, because Ice Cube was trying to do a good thing, but now he's involved in all this hell right now. Yeah. Because, when he's just trying to do things good for black people.
Yeah, that was his main goal.
Right.
That was his main goal. And that's still his main goal.
Absolutely.
And people are just taking that and going completely left with it.
Yeah, because like the one I said earlier when he was talking to Dia, Dia has a radio show as well, and he was talking about the situation with Ice Cube, and Ice Cube got wind of it. Ice Cube didn't say anywhere, he just gave him the finger.
Hey man,
I guess he got tired of trying to defend himself,
I mean, Cube doesn't really have to defend himself to anybody.
No,
I mean, that's just my personal opinion. I mean, really, he doesn't have to defend himself. He knew what he was doing. He's doing everything he's doing this for all of us, not just for him. This is not a PR stunt for him. This is something that he's doing for black people because he lives in the black community.
Absolutely.
He's a part of the black community.
Married to a beautiful black queen.
Yes, indeed.
Have black children.
Yep.
So yeah, he knows.
Yeah, he knows all too well.
Absolutely.
So people need to get off of his neck. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. I mean, don't get mad at him because he met with the Republicans and the Republicans actually sat down and listened to him.
Why do you think we as a culture is giving him so much hell right now?
Because the Klansman in charge is part of the Republican Party.
But why give the hell to Ice Cube?
He's an easy target.
Easy target. Okay, I'm saying, do they not see what he's trying to do for us as a culture? It has nothing to do with Agent Orange,
I agree with you on that.
But they're not understanding. So that's what I'm trying to ask. Why can't other black people understand what his plight was, what his motivation was?
Well, his
intentions.
Well, like I said, he's an easy target. So that's the reason why he, as a man, is being ostracized and everything is blowing up in his face, for lack of a better term.
Well, that's not fair, though. That's not, we gotta do better, people.
Yeah, we need to stop tearing down our own. Right. I mean, that's just not cool. I mean, people have to understand that this is not just for him. This is for everybody.
It's for us.
Yeah, it's for all of us.
It's for us, yeah.
So, but anyway, let's get into it.
All right, here we go. The down low.
The down low. Give us a definition of what the down low is.
Well, this is I'm going to start with the urban.
Yeah, start the Urban Dictionary.
The Urban Dictionary says down low is an African American slang term that typically refers to a subculture of black men who usually identify as heterosexual, but who have sex with men. Some avoid sharing this information even if they have female sexual partner, they are married, or they are single. Now let me go to the Merriam-Webster Wikipedia, and it just says keep it a discreet secret. Very short and sweet. Keep it a discreet secret.
Yeah.
That's it.
Real short and sweet.
So that's totally different.
Completely different.
Totally.
Well, like I said earlier, if you supposed to be a straight man and you're having sex with another man, then you ain't straight. That's not straight behavior. I'm a straight man. I never even thought about having sex with another man. Ever. I'm a heterosexual man. So, and that's what most heterosexual men do. They don't want to sleep with another man. But if you're a so-called heterosexual man and you're sleeping with another man, you ain't heterosexual, bruh. I mean, there's nothing that anybody can say that's going to change my mind in that situation. Nothing.
So what are you saying? You can't be both?
Nope. Either you ain't. There is no in between. There is no gray area. You're either gay or you ain't gay. One of the two. There is no in between. I don't care what anybody says, and nobody can change my mind in that situation.
Okay. That's understandable. Very understandable. Well, let's discuss how this topic came up.
Okay.
The mayor, Andrew Gilligan.
Yep.
Now, I know there's been plenty of men before him, just like the book that you mentioned earlier, J.L. King.
Yeah,
he was on the Oprah show back in 2004.
I got his picture up. So
actually, when I was doing research, download, however you want to call it, started in the 1990s, where the AIDS epidemic took a big hit, and they trying to figure out why so many black women was been diagnosed with HIV.
Right.
And then they come to find out that their partner, which was a man, was having unprotected sex with another man and bringing it home to his wife, girlfriend, whatever. And then all of a sudden it just came to be, I guess, more men was becoming comfortable or not comfortable. They're trying to, I guess, see what it's all about, so it became really rapid, and I guess JL jumped on it, so he wrote a book, and he went on Oprah and talked about it. He was married to Tom as well, and of course across the years, over the years, there's been several others, but I noticed that a lot of people are talking about how celebrities and athletes are down low, but they try to keep on the wraps to keep their careers. But Andrew Gilliam is the first one that I've ever heard of. It could be others, I don't know, but the first one I've heard of that actually went on a talk show to discuss it. Because it makes me wonder, would he have went on a talk show if he wasn't caught? I don't know, caught is a better word.
No, you said it right.
Was he busted, caught?
Yeah, he's busted, all right.
Pimped on. I think not his wife, because his wife claimed that she knew he was before they got married.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think one of his other friends had him followed, which was supposed to be a friend, which came to come out. It was one of his sleeping partners who got jealous and had him followed, and the investigator busted him at the hotel.
Well, call it what it is. He got caught up. And I don't think that if he never would have gotten caught up, he would have never came out of the closet, for lack of a better term.
That's okay. So you think, okay, that's what I was wondering too.
Yeah. I mean, let's just be honest. If he would have never gotten busted, we would have never known. I mean, not that I care. I mean, because to be honest, that's the one thing that I have to say about people that are either homosexual or so-called bisexual. They want to throw it up in people's faces.
Right.
Personally, I don't care who you're sleeping with. That's not my business. That's between you and whoever or whatever you're sleeping with.
Right.
I could care less.
Right.
So.
But I guess people these days feel like when they hold such a high office, they feel like they have to, I guess, just release everything within them. So I guess they won't lose their position, or they call themselves living in their truth. I don't know what it is. Well, but they don't do it until they're busted, though.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I look at it like this. I'm trying to think of. Let's take young M.A. Okay, the lesbian rapper.
She's
a girl. Openly gay.
Okay, she looks like a boy.
I know her. She looks like a boy. She's openly gay. I mean, to me, I might be wrong, but for me, she's the first openly gay MC. I mean, for me, I don't know. There might be others. I don't know. I can't really think of anybody else.
Well, I do have some here on my list. Tyler, the Creator.
Well, he
doesn't identify as anything. He said he sleep with men and women. And he had this quote that I wrote, and he said, "I like girls, but I might end up sleeping with your brother." Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Well, he's in the entertainment industry, and I get it out. I can't even talk today. In the entertainment industry, everybody sleeps with everybody anyway.
Oh, you think so?
I mean, that's just my personal opinion. I mean, hey, I'm not an entertainer, so I don't know.
Right. Well, it has been rumors like Biggie and Puffy and Puffy and Mace and Puffy. A lot of Puffy, huh?
Yeah, Puffy. Yeah. I wonder why they call him Puffy. But anyway.
But I do remember, just to veer off topic for a minute, the R&B singer Frank Ocean. Oh my God, I love him. He has such a beautiful voice. Yeah. But when everybody started listening to the words of his songs, and my favorite song is Chanel, and everybody kept saying, is he talking about a man or a woman? And then he finally came out and admitted that he was talking about a man. Right. I haven't heard nothing else from Frank Ocean. I don't know if he has any new music out, but it's like, I don't know, did that just deter his career?
That's a good question, because I haven't heard anything from him either. But I mean, I don't like doing celebrity news and celebrity gossip. But
I'm just talking about a black male on the down low. So I'm thinking, did he try to? He never came out to say he was. I think he tried to hide it subliminally in his music. Yeah. And then when it actually, I guess, quote unquote, got busted, or someone started questioning it, he fell back and just like faded away. Yeah. Kind of like Andrew. If Andrew never would have got busted, would he still just living the same lifestyle he has right now?
That's exactly what he'd be doing. I'm just being honest with y'all. I mean, let's just be real about the situation. You know, if he would have never gotten caught up in that situation that he got caught up in, I can promise you, nobody would ever know, because he kept that stuff under wraps. Right. Which, that's your business. Like, again, I keep saying it, and I will keep on saying it. I will keep on beating that drum. Nobody really cares who you're sleeping with. Right. I know I don't. Do you care?
I don't, because like I said, I mean, love is love. And when people get involved in other people's business like that and trying to judge them on who they sleep with, I don't have. But when you are a married man or in a relationship, and you're doing it secretively, I have a problem with that. Yeah. Because unbeknownst to me, you can bring me something I wouldn't know where I'm going to get. Well, I didn't sign up for.
Which brings me to this statement to the single ladies out there. Just if you suspect your man is creeping, I mean, just only if you suspect it, he might just be creeping with somebody that looks like him.
Well, I have a list here. It says the top 10 signs of a down low man.
Read those, please, so these ladies will know.
And one of them, number
10.
Where's the one you just talked about? Number 9. He always with his best friend.
No, do number 10 first.
Okay, he likes to pretend, air quotes, pretend to dance like a woman. While a 50 Cent or a Jay-Z song is on, they on the wall looking mad. But as soon as Beyonce comes on, he's all over the dance floor popping his booty.
No.
Oh my God. Popping his booty and doing it better than your girl.
It's funny. It's funny, but the thing of it is, it's the truth. It's the truth.
But why? Okay. How can he just not be a trained dancer? Because most Beyonce music is like booty popping music.
For females, not for males.
Says who?
Come on, man. Let me tell you something. Because
Beyonce have male dancers.
I agree. And they be booty popping.
Right.
I'm going to get into that in a minute. I'm going to get into that in a minute.
Okay.
But the thing of it is, and I think I will give Marvin a call so he can chime in on this, because back in the day when I was pop locking and dancing like Michael Jackson, the one thing I didn't do was stick my ass in the air. And
I don't think Michael,
even Prince, he never did.
No. Well, he just wore his out. He never put it in the air. He just didn't cover it up.
Yeah, but back to the situation. I am not going to stick my ass in the air and start twerking.
So we can't see you out there twerking?
Hell no. If you do, that was a gun to my head and the hammer was cocked back.
So we ain't gonna never see you drop down low for
the
flow with
No. No. Never.
Well, that is good to know.
I'm sure you want to hear that.
If you want to, I mean, what's wrong with it? You think you'll be judged if you do?
Well, number one, I ain't gonna do it, so we'll never know.
when the music hit you though.
I'm sorry, man.
Your
I'm not
body
gonna,
just start, your body
I
just
don't
start
give
moving.
I'm not sticking my ass in the air. It's not going to happen. I'm sorry.
Okay. Touche. Okay, let me read number 9. Number 9, he's always with his best friend. I mean, always together like two females, always working out together, always on the phone together, and you as the girlfriend wonder why he spends more time with his best friend than with you.
Well, here's the thing, and like I said, I might get Marvin a call later on. When me and Marvin get on the phone, we talk like two schoolgirls on the phone because we talk for hours.
Y'all don't talk every day, though.
But we don't. That's what I was getting at.
Yeah.
We don't talk every day. We do talk, and we talk for long periods of time. There's nothing wrong with that because we're just playing catch up.
Right.
So there's nothing wrong with that part right there. It's not an everyday thing.
Correct.
Now, if it was an everyday thing,
Well, I do know there are some men who do talk to their friends every day, but
Yeah.
I don't know, is that really considered a download guy? Because he talks to his friend every day?
it depends on what you and that friend talk about.
Okay.
In my personal opinion, because like my best friend Eric, I've been knowing this cat since the 3rd grade. When me and him talk, we talk for a pretty good long time because, like I said, we grew up together.
Right. But you gotta talk every day for a long
No.
time.
We don't talk every day. I think I'll probably call Eric maybe once a week, if that.
Okay.
I mean, we'll play catch up. Say, man, what's going on, brother? Whatever.
Right.
It's the same deal with Leslie. If I could call Leslie right now, I can pretty much guarantee you the phone call will probably last at least an hour.
Wow. Well, that's good. That's friendships. Your friends catching up.
Yeah. That's just friends catching up.
And even if you do talk every day, sometimes like today, that Cowboy game.
Yeah.
Probably want to talk about the Cowboy game. Might want to talk about like when LeBron won the championship. Man, did you see LeBron win? Oh my God,
Right.
But I don't think it's nothing wrong. But I guess it's just the way he do it, and like you said, what they're talking about, and then leaves the house for hours. He does this so he has time for the both of you and his down low lover.
Well, that could be a man cheating with a man or a woman right there.
Absolutely.
That could go either way.
That can go either way.
That could go either way.
Yeah.
And Gwen brought a good point in the chat room. Cheating, period, is unacceptable. I agree with you on that.
Thank you, my dear.
I agree with you on that one.
Number 1, cut the throat. Cut the throat.
Yeah.
There's no reason to cheat.
No.
We can talk about it. You can go your way, I can go mine.
Oh, I'm good.
Do not have to cheat.
Oh, I'm good.
That causes problems. Number 7.
I'm good, ladies and gentlemen.
I hope so. Okay. Number 7. Look at his walk. Does your dude walks too hard? So hard that it's noticeable? Because I often wonder, when I be seeing some of these gay men, I'm thinking, what woman did he see walk like that? And then when they talking and the hands and the girl, what woman talks like that? Now I know there are some women who talk that, but no, not all the time. No. Any thoughts on that one?
Marvin, if you're in the chat room still, I am going to give you a call in a few minutes, and we are going to talk about this one gay dude that we both know. Okay? As a matter of fact, let me get Marvin on the phone right now.
Okay,
Hold on.
I'm going to read another one.
Yeah, read another one.
Number 6. He's extremely secretive. This sign is for all your partners out there. If you have a son who sneaks out of the house a lot and you rarely know his whereabouts most of the time, and mostly dudes call the house for him and he rarely talks about girls, that's supposed to be on the down low. Number 5, he always talks about how chicks want to get at him, but in reality, you never see him with none of the chicks. Number 4, he hits and beats on women. Now, I don't know if you have to be down low to do that. I think that's just an insecure man to me when a man hits a woman.
What's up, man? You ready to do this?
Oh, God. Here's Marvin, ladies and
Hey,
gentlemen.
you ready to do this, man?
Here's our co-host.
Hold on. Let me put you on here. Yeah, I got him on the phone. Hold on, y'all.
All right.
All right, man. All right, Nance, go ahead. Let's see if he got you on.
Hey, co-host, how you doing?
Hold on.
Here.
Let me see if I got him on here. Phone. Okay.
Excuse me, guys.
All right, can you hear us now, Nance? Hold on. Let me turn this damn Bluetooth off. All right, can you hear us, Nas? Hold on, let me call you back. No, I'm having some phone problems.
Okay.
Hold on. We'll get him on.
You got your phone? Okay. Let me go back to you talk about chicks all the time. He hits a woman. That's supposed to be considered down low. Number 3, he's always calling somebody else gay. A dude that is just always he's a gay. He's how he's doing and stuff like that. That's supposed to be considered a down low man. Number 2, he wants to make love from behind. If your man always wants to give it to you in your butt every time you have sex and gets mad when you don't want to put it in your butt. Okay, I don't know about that one. Number 1, he's homophobic. Is your dude always angry with gay people for no reason? Does he always have something negative to say about gay people? Well, those are the top 10 signs of a down low man.
Sorry about that.
So
Sorry about that, Nas. I'm gonna call you back.
I don't know. I guess we can read some more of these when we get Nash on the phone, so you guys can elaborate on it as men. But some of these, I don't know. I think some of these top 10 can go either.
What about that one?
Female.
Go back up. I want to talk. I want to elaborate on one. Okay, the phone's ringing.
Okay. These are some really good ones. Some of these I'm thinking can go either way. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, talk about the one where he's too extra. All right, we can hear you now, man. Now, Nash.
Right.
Hey, co-host, how you doing? Did you do your homework? Are you ready for the show today?
Well, it all depends on. No, I didn't do no. I don't do no homework. Mine's off the dome.
Just I would say, speak from your heart, speak from your head.
Amen. Speak. Well, anyway, Nas, I want to get you on the phone, man, because one of those rules that she was talking about. Where's the one about the one he's doing the walk and he's too extra?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, the one gay dude I want to talk about, and you know him just like I know him, Stacey Wayne. Now, how hard does he hit that goddamn walk, man?
Oh Lord.
Stacey Wayne.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not too familiar with my man. Well, whatever he is.
Oh my goodness.
But you have seen him in some flower jeans before.
Stacey Wayne.
You from Oklahoma?
Yeah, he's from Oklahoma.
Man, hold on. Let me see. I knew some cats that sported the flower jeans back in the day.
Yeah.
Female sported.
Yeah.
This dude had a perm. I mean, he had the perm and the whole shot like a female would.
That was Stacey Wayne.
Stacey Wayne.
That was him.
Okay, because the high school that I went to, yeah, there was a dude in there from as soon as he got in, as soon as he came through the gate, he was on some, he was on that sweetness. He was kind of tangy. Well, not kind of, he was.
Oh, gosh.
Nutri-sweet.
Nutri-sweet.
Sweet and low. Down low. Not up high, whatever you want to call it. That was him.
Yeah.
I didn't know the dude's name, but yeah, we had if that's him, then yeah. If that's not him, then yeah, we had a Stacey Wayne-ish.
Yeah, let's just say we had a Stacey Wayne type.
Wayne-ish.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I remember a few of them.
Yeah, I mean, because, and I remember one time, Nash, I don't know if you remember this one or not, we was in Crossroads Mall. And these dudes walk by us, and they was hitting it really, 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 really hard. I mean, they was switching harder than any woman you ever seen in your damn life. And once they passed by, you of all people started making fun of them. They didn't hear you. We heard you, but they didn't hear you. So, but I thought that was kind of funny that you did that. So,
and this is the thing with me, man. And I shouldn't have done it, but I had a huge. I wasn't homophobic, but I had a huge problem with being gay, dude. It just wasn't. I just didn't think that it was normal, man. I mean, I was like, why the hell would you want to? I just couldn't see that, so I would clown them. I mean, nowadays I don't. I just shake my head at them,
Right.
like, hey, more for me.
Mhm.
But I just never understood that whole situation, nor am I trying to understand it.
Right.
I mean, if a person wants to be that way, then that's on them. But I have an opinion about it, and I believe in what I believe in, and I damn sure don't think that there's Adam and Steve, there's Adam and Eve.
I agree with you on that one. I mean, and me and Mimi have talked about this on several occasions, you know, and I'm not homophobic by any stretch of the imagination. I'm like you. I could care less. I could care less about who somebody sleeps with. You know, whoever somebody sleeps with is their business. I don't care. Only penis I'm worried about is mine. I could care less about anybody else's. So
I worry about it too. I mean, what you say?
all right, you said that out loud, baby. I don't know if you. I don't know, but anyway.
Nobody hear me.
Okay.
Keep going,
but anyway, back to what I was saying. I mean, you know, I could care less about who somebody sleeps with or what somebody sleeps with. That has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
And I'm like you. To me, let's just leave the Bible out of it for a minute, because the first thing somebody's going to say.
Because I don't get all heavy into the Bible and all that, but I do know, you know, certain aspects of it.
Exactly. I mean, you know, but leaving the Bible out of it,
that being one of them.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
homosexuality.
Biblical. I mean, in the biblical sense, yes, it's considered, it's frowned upon. But I'm more of, it's not natural. I'm like you on that sense. You know, it's not natural to me, because like you can't have two masculine energies. You have to have the feminine as well. You can't just have, you can't, because you know the masculine is supposed to become, it's supposed to coincide with the feminine, and the feminine is supposed to coincide with the masculine. It doesn't have anything to do with anything else other than that. You know, it's not natural. Because those two energies, the masculine and the feminine, are supposed to produce fruit. Two men can't produce no baby, just like two women can't produce a baby.
True.
No.
True.
So that's just how I feel about the situation.
Okay, but let me say this. In some situations, there are some women who are more masculine than men. So what do you say about that? And they're in a relationship together.
What's something wrong with that damn man?
No, it's just that he has a little more softer side. It just probably depends on the way she was raised. She probably was raised by a military dad that made her a little bit more harder, know how to go out there and be a go-getter, and she just don't have. Have you ever met some woman that doesn't have like a lot of feminine ways? You know, and some men,
she gets with a guy that's more feminine than her.
Right.
I wouldn't think a woman that's kind of mannish would get with a guy that's kind of feminine like. I've seen some I've seen some women that are more dominant in the relationship than a man. But I wouldn't think that a woman who's, you know, has those characteristics that you just talked about would get with a guy that's kind of flowery.
I used to go. Well, I'm not gonna say any names, but I used to attend church more or less with a guy that was like, with a couple that was like that. She was a little bit more dominant than he was, and he was real. Like, for a long time, people thought he was gay, and they used to ask him, "Why are you with him? Isn't he gay?" She's like, "No, he's not gay." Yeah, they had a baby together and everything. Yeah.
Well, the thing of it is,
I guess that's the role just reversed, which you see a lot of that.
Oh yeah, that's a whole lot of that going on. There's a whole lot of that going on. I mean, because
another weird one.
A lot of what going on?
Because me and Marvin, you know, I'm quite sure Marvin would agree.
The roles reversed.
Yeah, the roles are reversed.
Okay.
Yeah, the roles are reversed, because, you know, me and Marvin are both alpha males. You ain't gonna outman me. I'm not gonna let you do it.
I could try.
No.
It's just something in my makeup.
I won't win.
Now I respect an opinion and all that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I give equal respect to a woman. I think a woman should be paid as much as a man and all that.
Yes,
as far as like trying as far as like trying to be the man in the relationship, no, we're not having that.
Exactly, and that's where I was getting at. You don't want to, because like it's a lot of beta males out there. I'm quite sure you'll agree with me, Nash. There's a lot of beta males out there that are letting the woman take over the man role, and that's not cool. I mean, because a woman wants a man to be a man. She don't want no man to be no damn girl, crying all the damn time and shit like that. You want a man.
Wait a minute. No, wait.
I mean, it's okay for a man to be sensitive and show his soft side, but
yeah. But by that same token.
But on the other side of that coin, you don't want that man. Every time you turn around, you watching Steel Magnolias and you crying like a little bitch.
Oh my God, he just emotional. That's a good movie.
Or watching the Hallmark Channel.
Hey, that's my favorite. Wait a minute now. Hallmark and Lifetime is my favorite two stations.
And The Notebook.
Oh, that's my favorite movie. He knows all this. And you know what's so funny? He would not look at it with me. I'd be begging, come on. He'd be like, nope.
And the reason I know all these is because of my compromise with the person that I was with back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I tried to be compromising and all that, but I wasn't trying to.
So you did watch it with her sometimes?
But that goes with compromising.
Compromise, see?
Yeah, I have it.
Compromising. But I damn
you do not look at it with me.
I didn't do it on my own. Trust me.
See.
Well, I don't have a problem with
Have you ever?
Have I ever what?
Watched Lifetime with me?
No.
Hey, you'll watch Steel Magnolias with me? No book, no.
Thank you, Nash. No. I appreciate
that,
brother.
It's disgusting. No, it's not.
I did it to try to make it work.
Exactly. You got this. You said the key word compromise, because she probably don't want to sit look at a bang bang shoot 'em up movie all the time either.
No, I don't want to either.
Or what's it? You look at karate movie all the time, or so you got to compromise.
Hey man, leave the kung fu flicks out of there. Hey, y'all gotta let off the kung fu flicks, man. Come on, cause
No, that's cool. I mean, you gotta be versatile. Both sides.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I agree with you. Floor is yours, Nash. Go ahead, say what you gotta say, man.
What I was gonna say, we're on the subject of the DLs.
Right.
We're not talking about Hewley.
Nah. No. Not the comedian.
No. But I do this whole DL situation's been going on for a long time if we think back.
Yep.
Even towards slavery, you had the master raping the black woman
and the black man.
The black man had to sit there and
watch it. Yeah.
And how do you think that makes that black man feel?
Right.
Less of a man.
Right.
Yep.
So it goes back that far, and even after that, towards the civil rights in the '60s and all that, they had when women would get these checks, be they African American, white women, or whomever,
right?
The man could not be in the house to be that head of household,
right? So
you got little boys growing up, not seeing nothing but women.
That's it. So, yep, you're right.
So that kind of feeds into their psyche. A little boy growing up, feeds into their psyche. Not saying that like if a guy doesn't have a male figure that he gonna turn out to be, homosexual behavior or a DL type. But by that same token, some of that could lead to it.
Yep.
But again, like I said, that goes back towards slavery and all the way up until it's been a diagram since slavery. Now a lot of things derive from slavery to now. That's because of those things that you have these characteristics in our race.
Right. And to piggyback off of what you just said, Nas, a lot of times the master didn't just rape the female slaves. He raped the males too. So that plays into your psyche. I mean, because over there in Jamaica, which is why the Jamaicans, they frown upon homosexuality to this very day, because back in Jamaica, Jamaica was what's called a seasoning plantation, and that's where they would buck break the males.
Okay. Yeah.
So
I believe I heard that.
Oh yeah, because once you take that male and you have him submit to you sexually, that's going to put all the other slaves in line, and that was the whole reason behind that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's definitely true.
Yep. So that was that. So, and that's the reason why, like I said, a lot of Jamaicans, the Jamaicans and the Haitians too, because they went through the very same thing. The Jamaicans, the Haitians, the I won't say the Trinidadians too. They look down upon that because back in those days, those were seasoning farms. So that's why they don't like them.
Okay.
Yeah. But,
yeah, you don't really see I mean, I think they used to beat them up real bad or kill them if
they would kill them.
They come out to pronounce that they was gay or whatever. Wow. Well, it's
that's the whole DL thing.
The check.
I'm not. First of all, you don't. Here's what I don't think you should do. You should not be trying to get with a woman and build a relationship, a healthy relationship with a woman, if you have homosexual ideologies or tendencies in your DNA.
Thank you very much. I agree with you on that.
Putting that woman in jeopardy, danger, by playing both sides.
Yes, sir. But a lot of men do say they fight with those feelings. So maybe they want the image of a married man, a father, but on the inside they want to be comforted by a man.
Well, they need to they need to take their inside. They need to with the cravings and the lust that they have. They need to try to understand that first before they try to get with a woman.
Absolutely,
I agree with you on that.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Whether it's a
Very
problem or
good
not,
point.
or whether it's a craving or some kind of lustful behavior, they need to try and understand that first before trying to build a relationship.
I agree with you on that.
If they can't, if they can't contain it, then go ahead and go with your homosexual feelings.
Right.
Yep.
But don't bring that into trying to have a healthy relationship with a woman,
because it's not going to work.
That is one of the things that has led our race to a very steep decline, is with AIDS and all these things.
Exactly. I agree with you on that one. And also to piggyback on what you just said, with the single mothers, people have to understand something. The mother is the very first teacher of the child.
Correct.
Yes. I definitely agree.
So with that being said, if you have a boy, and I've always said this, and I'm quite sure you'll agree with me on this one too, Nas, a woman can't teach a boy how to be a man.
A lot of people think they can, but they can't.
Now she can
try.
She can raise a son.
Yeah,
she can raise a son, but she can't teach him how to be a man.
She can't teach him how to be a man.
Right.
There you go.
It's not gonna happen.
There you go. It can't happen. I mean, it's impossible.
That's why a lot of little boys who grow up to be men or whatever.
Yep.
A lot of them turn to the first male figure they see.
Yep.
Whether it be good or bad.
Yep.
And try to understand
what being a man's all about.
And have an influence and try to be influenced by that person.
Yep.
Whether that person's a relative in their family that's probably on the bad side of the law, or whatever it is.
Yep.
I know me growing up, when I was younger, probably about 10 or so, because I was raised by my mom. That was it. My dad wasn't too much around.
Right.
But I would intentionally hang around a lot of guys because I wanted a male influence.
Right.
I would hang around my grandfather. I would hang around my uncle.
Right.
I would do all that because most of the time when I was a child, I was around a mother, sister, aunts, and things of that nature.
Right.
So, and sister, aunts, and things of that nature.
Right.
So, and I didn't want to. I didn't want to tag on me the sissy or anything like that. And not that I had those kind of feelings or anything, but by that same token, I just like being around guys playing football and doing things that a boy likes to do.
Doing masculine things.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, masculine things.
It's the same deal with me. I mean, because I grew up around my grandparents, and my grandfather was the male figure that I had. Not only that, I had my uncles. I had my male cousins. My cousin Eddie Dean, I love that dude to death. That's my man. And on top of that, as I was growing up, I looked up to strong male role models like Malcolm X.
Right.
And H. Rap Brown, Huey P. Newton, Bobby Seale. That's who I looked up to.
Right.
So that's a good thing to do too. I mean, if there is no quote unquote positive male role model,
and a lot of mothers,
whether good or bad,
right? A lot of mothers do recognize that they don't have that in their lives. They do enroll their sons like the YMCA's or with the sports program at their schools, or even some of the men at church. So yeah. Wow. Yeah. Well, that's good that you guys knew and recognized that at an early age. But sometimes when a woman do raise a man, and sometimes the father's in the household, some little boys are considered mama boys.
Yeah.
So is that considered like? Yeah. Is that a form of being a sissy, or that he just has an affection more toward his mother?
No, that don't have anything to do with it.
I feel like I love a mama's boy. Can let me know the way he treat his mama, the way he gonna treat me. Yeah. Okay.
That's usually right. That's usually the case.
So I don't think it's nothing wrong with being called a mama's boy. It's a term of endearment, really.
In a way, I guess I would consider myself a mama's boy to a certain degree. I do damn near anything for my mom.
Reggie does too.
We bump heads a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, on a few things, but that's somebody who raised me from when I was a child, a baby on to when I was grown. So I would consider myself that. But by that same token, I don't feel that a person who has a strong feeling for their mom could turn out to have some kind of feminine ways.
I agree.
Some kind of homosexual tendency.
I agree. True. I agree with you on that. And then to piggyback off what Marvin said, I know Marvin's mom, sweetest lady in the world.
Yours is too.
Yeah.
Yours is too.
Yeah. And how's your mom doing, by the way, man?
She's trying to live the best life, man. She's doing okay. She's living with my sister. Kind of go back and forth. She lives with my sister in Missouri.
Okay, that's what's up. But yeah, I know Marvin's mama, man. That's. I mean, I'm sweet lady, sweet lady. So I'm like Nas. I'm kind of a mama's boy myself.
Yeah, like I said earlier,
I'll be the first to tell anybody that that's my mother. Because.
Exactly.
I mean, because I've always said this, and I continue to say this: a boy's first love is his mother,
and like a girl's first love is her father.
Right? Exactly. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's mom, man. Yeah. And most guys are going to try to for a mate, they're going to try to pick a woman that's almost like his mom. Not exactly like his mom. That's kind of weird.
Not exactly like.
Not exactly.
has some or some behavior.
Yeah. Personality characteristics.
Yeah, some personality characteristics. Because this one right here, she does. She's, with the exception of all the books Mama got, she kind of like mom in a matter of speaking. So, and plus she gets along with my mom just fine. So, but.
Yeah. But I ain't taking no ass whoopers from no woman like I used to get.
Oh, no. That ain't.
No nunchucks.
Wait a minute, hold on.
None of that.
Oh, gosh.
And she damn sure ain't gonna put me in a sleeper hole like Miss Marvel used to do.
Your mom put a sleeper hole? Wow.
Sorry, Mom, I had to tell on you.
Miss Judy used to put you in a sleeper hole?
Nah, man, my mom was just, because I'm quite sure Marvin's mama had that look too. The only thing my mama had to do was look at me, and I get some act right quick fast in her.
My dad used to look at me. My mom, I used to push a limit with her, but my dad, ooh, yeah.
Yes, I remember them days. Bro.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
But
she changed, like,
totally
changed now, but.
You know what? I say this all the time, Nas, and I'm quite sure you agree with me on this. But my mother whooped me out of prison. So
dead right, boy.
She whooped me out of prison, so that's why I have a strong affinity to my mother, and I try to thank my mother every chance I get for doing just that, whooping my ass whenever I needed it.
Right.
And put me on that straight and narrow.
Right.
So
she wasn't trying to be your friend. She was
exactly. She was a parent. Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the problem, and that's another subject for another time.
Yeah. We'll box that up and hold that subject.
No doubt.
And now, guys, you do know that there has been some situations where, like you said earlier, where a male was grew up in a household with women only.
Yeah.
They feel like that's why they are gay.
Well, see, and I'm quite sure
or have not gay. I'm not gonna say gay. They don't understand where they belong, more or less.
Right.
Yeah. Maybe their sexuality is.
Yes, exactly. So do we hold that in regards to him, or do we hold it in regards to her, or do we just let it be?
It's nobody's fault in that situation.
Yeah.
I mean, because like if you don't have like I said, children learn by what they see.
Exactly. They emulate what they see.
Yeah, they copy everything they see.
Absolutely.
If they see their dad beating up on the mother, they're going to copy the behavior.
That's what I'm saying about this list here.
Right. I mean, and I mean, if there's no dad in the house and they see these women being women, the first thing he's going to start thinking is, okay,
hey, babe, perfect example, the story you was telling me about Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
Did he grow with a bunch of women or something?
He grew up in a brothel, didn't he, Nash? His daddy was a pimp.
Grew up in a brothel.
Yeah, his daddy was a pimp.
And I don't. Well, he was bisexual, wasn't he?
That was a
He said it.
Yeah, he said he was. He said he was.
That's what I'm saying. Even though he was married several times, had children.
But he was open about it though. He didn't hide it.
Oh, he was.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
As he got older,
Wow.
I mean, I'm sure when he was young, but as he got older and whatnot, I'm not sure he still had those feelings.
Right.
But that again derived from when he was a child and seeing different men come through.
Yeah, exactly.
And then as my understanding, he got molested as a child.
Yep, he did.
Wow.
Yep, he did.
Yeah. He got molested by I think a family member.
Yeah.
Was it a man or a female? I wonder.
It was a family. I think it was a male that did that.
It was a male, definitely.
Yeah. So.
And a lot of young boys who are molested by men, they do.
Yeah, a lot of them do.
They
They
have
have
their
a tendency
sexuality in
to do
question,
that.
or
Yeah.
sometimes they lean toward the man. Yeah,
Exactly. That has happened.
Wow.
That has happened several times over.
But DL to me, when you say DL, you know you're in your right mind. You went out and got married, had children, and you still want to be with a man. To me, that's being greedy. That's being greedy and that's being selfish.
I agree.
Unless but just like for instance, we're talking about Andrew. Andrew's wife admitted she knew before they got married what he was. And that's why she's going on all these talk shows with him and openly talking about it, because she says she don't have a problem with it. So I'm like, she knew. So I guess she protected herself, but I guess a couple of times she didn't, because they have children. So, but she was okay with it. I personally, I could not. If you tell me, or if I find it on my own, I could not. That's, to me, that I'm 100% monogamous. And if I'm not enough for you, go by your business.
Yep.
Cause I just feel like that's not along the line. Somebody's gonna get shortchanged somewhere along the line, and somebody's feelings is going to get hurt.
Well, here's my whole deal on that, to piggyback off of what you just said. I look at it like this: if you are quote unquote bisexual, I don't care how many men you sleep with or how many women you sleep with, you're gonna prefer one over the other.
Exactly. Somebody's feelings are gonna get hurt.
Exactly. And it causes way too many problems.
Yes, it does.
So if you're gonna be that way, be that way. But let somebody know.
Right.
That's all I got to say about that. Let somebody know.
Right.
I mean, that's just my view. That's just my view. What you think, Nas?
Well, yeah, as I've said, definitely. If you trying to play both sides or whatever, I'm thinking more or less. If you're trying to play both sides, I'm thinking you more on the, you want to tap lightsabers,
right?
To say a Star Wars reference. I'm thinking more you probably gay than you, and the other side of you wants to be with a woman just to make it look like, hey, I'm straight. I'm a straight person and whatnot. But the thing is, if you DL like that, you fighting something. So my thing is, don't put that woman in that situation.
I agree with you on that one. Don't put in that.
If you gay, then if it's half and half, you more gay, I'm thinking, than you are, with a woman.
I agree.
I'm thinking it's 60-40, or even 65-35.
Like I said, you like one more than the other. Like I said.
Yeah, leaning more towards the man, like in men.
Yeah.
But again, that's something a person needs to figure out before they try to be in a straight relationship with a woman.
Yep.
Because that's not right to do it like that.
Right.
I agree.
So yeah, because it's I think it was that politician. It was a politician from Florida or something.
Yeah, Andrew Gilligan.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew Gilligan.
That's what we're talking about.
He got caught up with some. He got caught up with a situation. Bringing it home to his wife and all that. Like,
he got caught with his pussy in there. He got caught with his pussy up in there. That's what that was.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That type of situation. See, if you just going about your business and kicking it with your gay friend, then you didn't even have this to worry about with your wife.
Right.
And now you got that to worry about. So you don't bring that in. Bring that in the mix with a person that you.
I agree with you on that.
So-called try to be with and be straight with.
Right.
Because you're not straight. If you sit up there thinking, okay, then I think I'm bi. Oh, you ain't bi, you gay. But once in a while, you want to make it look like that you straight by kicking it with a woman.
Well, let me read this quote by J.L. King. He said, when a DL man is out having sex with a man, he's not debating whether or not he's gay or bisexual. He has only one thing on his mind. Let me do this and get home to my woman before she wakes up, get off work, comes home, or starts missing me. That's deep.
Well, it's not deep. That's
that's how. If that man feels like that, that's deep for him. That's selfishness to me.
I agree. I mean, you're playing Russian roulette with that person's life. I mean, that's not cool.
You're satisfying your needs.
I mean, you're being selfish.
Right.
I mean, that's just being selfish right there. I mean, you don't do that. If you're gonna do that. Plain and simple. I mean, it's like Marvin just said. If you're gonna do that, do it.
But they want to keep that perception up, though, that he's a heterosexual guy, family man, father. But
when I be around certain people, I want them to see me as, hey, look, he has a wife and children. And all
right.
But you see a lot of that in churches.
Yep. Oh yeah, you see a whole lot of that in churches. Churches are really bad about that situation.
Yeah. Isn't a lot of that there. Is it an embarrassment? You think that's why it is? Because they feel embarrassed to admit that they want to be with a man?
I think part of it is embarrassment.
Yeah.
They don't want
a lot of it is.
A
lot of it is embarrassment. I mean, but like I said, if that's how you are, then that's how you are. That's cool. Just let everybody know this is it. I mean, it is what it is. So don't try to hide it. And on top of that, don't put your wife, and if you have children, don't put them in that situation either.
Right.
Because that's just you being selfish.
Right. And
I've always said that, and I'm with you on that one, Marvin. If you are bisexual, no, you're not bisexual, you're gay. Plain and simple. Yeah. There's no such thing as bisexual. You're just gay.
Yeah.
Are you gay or are you greedy?
I'm bisexual. I like both. But do you really like both? I don't think you really like both.
Like I said, you like one more than the other.
A guy who says he's bisexual, I think he leans towards more of being with another guy than a woman.
I agree.
He wants to be with a woman sometimes
to save face.
Just to say, just to save face, or just to say, yeah, I'm bisexual.
Right.
Because I guess a person like that, their mind is not as bad.
Right. That's it. That's pretty much it in a nutshell, right there. You called it. You called it. You called it.
Good word.
So. But anyway, Nas, as usual, brother, you brought the pain.
Absolutely.
And we're going to do this again real soon. So, but you already know, man, just keep your phone on tap. And
definitely.
Yeah. We'll definitely hook up with you definitely again, man, so we can go ahead and get some of those jewels you be dropping.
Absolutely.
All righty.
All right, man. I'll get you later, brother.
All right, Dan. It's good talking to you.
All
right, later.
Bye.
All right, later. Bye.
Yeah.
Good word,
man. Let me get Leslie on the phone.
Okay, I see he's.
Oh yeah. Hey, so brother, I'm getting ready to call you in a few seconds.
When he go inside, I can't see it. This screen's so small.
I know it. That's the only thing about that chat room, man.
I know. Right. What she said? One of my.
Oh man, busy. Okay, I'm gonna try to call him again.
I can't even increase my font to read what she said.
What she say?
I can't see.
She said that look killed. We were talking about the look that parents give you. Oh man, that look was killer, man. Now we'll get back with you later, soul brother, man, because I keep getting a busy signal. But I'll call you back later, or you can call me. You should have my number. I ain't gonna put it on the air, but yeah, you should have it. But anyway, yeah.
But like those top signs that I was reading, I see Gwen said 1 through 5 can go either way, which is true.
I agree.
Like especially like beating a woman and
because I've seen cats
being secretive.
I've seen cats that were that will beat a woman because they had some kind of hatred towards women, but that's another subject for another time. But me personally, I've never been part of slap a whole tribe. I don't do that because that's
thank the Lord. Because
oh man,
my peoples will be visiting me in Juliet's prison, bringing me cigars.
Oh,
or
man,
cigarettes or
put
whatever.
Some money on your books, baby.
Yeah, putting the money on my books so I get my Cheetos.
and ramen noodles.
And I used to tell my sister this all the time and all my friends. I don't see how a man can hit a woman because no matter how big he is, how small he is compared to that woman, your strength will never amount to a man's strength.
I agree.
Never.
Well, the thing of it is,
now we all don't push that button. Don't get me wrong. We don't push that envelope. I'm guilty too. But and I know my limits, and some women just try to take it there, I guess. I don't know.
Well, there's a lot of women out there, like I said, this is another subject for another time, but I gloss over just real quick. There's a lot of women out there that will push that man to the limit just to see how far she can take it, which is not a good thing. I've been in relationships like that, and I'm one of the easiest going guys you could ever meet. You know that.
Oh yeah.
But I've bumped into women, because of the fact that I am a martial artist. They want to see what I'm going to do if they push me to that limit.
They don't. Yeah, they want to.
They want to see what's going to happen.
What they say, they want to test.
They want to test it. They want to test that gangster.
See how good your skills are in this martial art.
Exactly. They want to test that gangster. And that's not cool. Because I've had to warn a few people. Look, if I'm talking to you like I'm talking to you right now, and I tell you leave me alone, you might want to leave me alone because it's not going to end good if you don't.
Right.
But man, I can honestly tell you that in a situation like that, I have had one incident where somebody did push me to that limit, and I didn't hit her, but I almost put her through a wall. Because she pushed me to that limit after I asked her not to, but that's another subject for another time. So, but
keep
like
that back here though. Keep that
nah,
back of
my.
Nah, I don't even think.
Nah, but
my family and friends are psycho.
Yeah, hey,
they'll come looking for you.
Hey, as they should. If I went there, as they should. I would, I would not blame them if they did. But like I said, I ain't from a slap a whole tribe, y'all. I don't do that because I wouldn't want anybody doing that to either my stepdaughter.
In the words of my dear, hallelujah.
Exactly. So, because I wouldn't want anybody doing that to my stepdaughter, and I damn sure don't want anybody doing it to my sister. Because
your mom either.
My mother either.
No female
in my family. Because I'm very protective of the women in my family. I always have been. So that's just how I am, and I don't want anything to hurt. I don't want anybody to hurt them, and I don't want to have to hurt nobody. I don't want to have to go to prison because I done killed somebody. But like I said, that's another subject for another time.
We're not going to mention any names, but this popped into my spirit. One of the issues on the top 10 signs of a gay man, number 5 is he always talking about how chicks want to get at him. We know somebody in our life.
Oh. Yeah.
Could that be? Because it says, but in reality, you never see him with none of the chicks, but sporadically. Well, he don't last long with them.
Well, I'm going to call this person Bob.
Okay, Bob.
We'll say Bob. Now, every time we see Bob, Bob has a different female. Every time we talk to Bob, Bob has a different female.
Absolutely.
Now, I don't really consider that homosexual behavior or down low behavior.
That's what I said. Something can go both ways.
Yeah, it's like Gwen said. Those can go either way.
Right.
But as far as Bob is concerned, I'm just gonna be completely honest with you. I don't really feel that vibe from him. Good. I don't feel it. I mean, you know, he's very, 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 very. Hold on, let me try to call Leslie again.
Okay.
He's out there, for lack of a better term, with the ladies. I mean, I've every time you turn around, if we talk to Bob, and you talk to Bob often, if we talk to Bob has either,
we're gonna call him a newbie. He got him a
newbie. You know, flavor of the week. That's what I call him, flavor of the week.
Right.
But
I don't know. I guess it's. I don't really have like I don't have like a gaydar, you know. So it's like, how can you even tell if someone is or not? Because like, even that's why I brought up this list, because this list can no. Because some of this stuff on here I've seen in other family members, other men I've dated. So I don't think this can go just for down low men, you know?
Well, you know, like I said, some of those rules that they have up there are exceptions to every single rule out there. Now, as far as someone being homophobic, this is the deal I have with that. If you are overtly homophobic, you know, I think you're trying to compensate for something.
And that's what it says here, yeah. He's always angry with gay people for no reason.
Right, precisely. Yeah. I don't really consider somebody being homophobic just somebody being homophobic. But if you're overtly homophobic, I mean, you know, you actually literally hate homosexual people for whatever reason, I think that a lot of those are, I think that a lot of that is you're trying to compensate for something. That's just my personal opinion.
Cameron, you know, I know we've always been taught not to use the word hate, not to hate no one and love everyone. Right. But if you just go around and say you just hate, just like people go around and say they hate black people. Yeah. Something is wrong. Yeah. That's a mental issue. Yep. So yeah. So this is one of the things I brought up too, how one of the questions that came up about the same time that JL wrote his book was, can white men be considered down low? Because for a long time, DL was considered African American culture slang.
And we talked about this earlier before the show. We really did, because white people invented the down low culture. The culture itself, but the term, the term down low is strictly ours. Black people.
It's a black thing.
It's a black thing. Yeah. It's a black thing. It's a black thing.
But when the white men found out about it, they want to be a part of the black thing. Yeah, exactly. And got upset with it and want to be considered. They took right here it says that they went to Congress to be considered, to consider the word down low to be a part of their culture. Now, you know, they just want everything.
Well, even deviant behavior. Come on, man.
I mean,
do you see how narcissistic they are? They even want deviant behavior to be theirs. I mean, come on. Does that make any sense to anybody?
Not at all. And I know sexuality is complex. Don't get me wrong. White, black, Hispanic, whatever. Asian, whatever. Yeah. But if you go to Congress because you want to be a part of a slang terminology, issues.
I agree with you on that.
Issues.
I agree with you on that.
They just got to be a part. They what's they call FOMO, fear of missing out. They got to be a part of everything. Yeah. And if they want to be up, okay, go ahead. If you want to be considered down low, okay, we can call you down low. Yeah. But when I read that part, I'm thinking, what? Yeah. This is crazy.
That's wild, man. That is wild. They don't even want us to have deviant behavior. I mean, come on. That's messed up.
You pervert, I want to be perverted too.
Exactly. Come on, man.
I want everything you got. Yeah, I thought that was something, just a little side note there, that can white men be considered down low?
Yeah, white people, Paul Mooney had a joke. White people don't even want black people to have a headache.
Yeah, can't have nothing to yourself.
Now take these aspirin. You don't need no headache. So.
Well, this was an interesting topic. Like I said,
I'm gonna call Leslie again. Go ahead.
Just doing different topics, and I do remember I want to say this for the ladies. I remember when Stella got her groove back. Right. When Terry McMillan made that book, and I read it. I think I have it in my drawer, my book of drawers, and I'm like, wow. And then the movie came out, And then she went over to Jamaica and found her young thing. He came out as being down low. So it's like we feel like, to me, this is my thoughts, women is always getting the short end of the stick. When a man, he approached her, she was just out in Jamaica trying to have a good time. He approached her. Now I don't know, it's still up in the air. Did he know who she was? Was he just going into it for her money? Because at that time she had written like several other books. So
well, it's like I said, ladies have to be careful.
But how would you know? That's what I'm saying.
You really
Those
don't
signs
know.
we just read.
You really don't know. I mean, because there are some gay guys out there that you would never ever know they were gay until they told you.
And they used to be like, "You? No.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
So
You would never ever
He's
know.
telling you himself, but you be like, I'm second guessing you.
Right.
So how will we ever really, really know? And then the one, because I do know some that are straight hetero, but you'd be like, I think he might be.
I had a friend of mine. In middle school. His name was Tony Osborne.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Osborne. Everybody thought that Tony was gay, and I had to tell them, look, Tony is the biggest dog on the planet. He is not gay. I mean, he. I mean, did he have feminine ways? To a point, he did, but he wasn't gay. Tony was a dog. Tony was worse than Bob.
Oh no, not worse than Bob.
I'm telling you, Tony was worse than Bob.
Wow. But okay, so what perception did he project for people to pick that up about him?
Well, like I said, he had. I'm not gonna say that he switched like a woman. He just had, that feminine energy. Because he was raised around sisters, and on top of that, he was raised by a single mother.
That's what we was talking about earlier.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
He had that feminine energy, but he wasn't feminine by any stretch of the imagination. Tony was a dog. Like I said, he was worse than Bob. Every time I turned around, Tony had a different girlfriend.
And see, when you say a dog, because I know some men that say that they've been raised by a woman, so they know what a woman likes and how to treat a woman.
Right.
And he just not going to be satisfied with one woman, which get him the title of being a dog instead of being gay. But then you see some men, like I think the new word out now is metrosexual, where they like to coordinate their clothes, and they had, I think Gwen has mentioned this earlier in the chat room, they hair look better than some women on any given day.
Right.
They go get their nails done every 2 weeks like a woman. They love going shopping. They like doing, but would they be considered down low, brother? Okay, no, they just metrosexual men who like to look or like to keep up their appearance.
Well, I'm just gonna be honest with you. I've been accused of being metrosexual.
Really?
For the simple fact that I get my hair cut every 2 weeks, like clockwork, whether I
it's
need
a
it or
must
not.
Because your hair grows.
Yeah, my hair grows back fast. And I tell people that, listen, my hair grows back fast, so that's why I get it cut every 2 weeks, because it grows back so fast. I'm almost due for another cut now. So, and I've always been, I keep my goatee, I keep my goatee shaved down and cut clean. And the reason why I do that is because my facial hair grows weird. It grows all over the place. It grows in patches, so I have to keep it cut.
Well, I was thinking it's required.
Nah,
can't be walking around looking like no bum.
Oh no, exactly. I had what's called the wino beard. That's what I call it.
Not the wino.
Yeah, the wino beard.
Like a patch here, a patch here.
Yeah, exactly. It's all over the place. So that's why I keep it cut like that.
Yeah.
So.
You know what, Sweepy? I don't know. Whoever call you metrosexual must then know the definition, because your walk is very militant. Your appearance is very militant.
Nah,
your conversations, I know.
Well, see, here's the thing. That's because you know me.
That's when I met you, before I even got to know you.
Yeah, that's true.
Come kept saying, "Were you in the service?"
Yeah, you kept asking me that. You kept asking me that, and I said, "Nah, just because I was always taught to walk straight. Walk straight with your head up and don't hold your head down. And you look somebody in the eye when you're talking to them. That's just how I was taught.
I don't think I would ever, because sometimes with a metrosexual, you be like, you kind of raise your eyebrow like the Rock on him. Sometimes be like,
exactly.
But with you,
but yeah, I have been accused of that. I've been accused of that because I coordinate my clothes. You know that.
But that's.
I mean, that's just me coordinating my clothes.
Yeah.
So
you like to look nice.
yeah, I mean,
Which
because
one
the
of
way I
things
see
love,
it,
yeah.
because the way I see it, you know, when I'm out and about and you're not around, I represent you.
And I represent you.
And I don't want nobody coming up to me like, let's say Gwen see me out in public. Damn, Michelle, I saw Reggie. He looked like
busted.
shit.
Ooh.
He looking busted.
And you know, the first I'm gonna call you, where the hell you at? What you got on? Where you at? Where you at?
Exactly.
Yeah,
so,
of
you
course,
know,
yeah.
and I don't want that to happen.
Absolutely.
So, you know, come on. I want somebody to come up. I want Gwen to see me out in public and say, I saw Reggie. You know, Reggie was dressed real nice. And, you know, that's what I want to hear.
Right. Where were y'all going? Where did y'all go? Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too. I would love to hear that too.
Yeah.
And I feel the same way. I mean, it's very rare I leave here without.
Oh, I know that.
It has to be a emergency, and I did me emergency, bitch, urgent and emergency combined
Precisely.
for me to leave without my like my dad used to say, I had to be shit, showered, and shaved.
Hello.
Before I leave this house.
Come on.
But that's just me. That's a purpose for me, you know. But,
I got him.
Okay.
So, brother.
What's going on?
What's going on, brother? What's going on, man? I'm glad you can get through finally.
I had to restart the phone and try it all over again.
All right. Hey, Les, man. Oh, go ahead, baby.
How you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good. We want to get your opinion about this little download talk we're having today.
I tell you what, you all covered just about everything I could think of. However,
However, let's go.
The floor is yours, so bro. It's all you, man. It's all you. It's all you. Go ahead.
okay, I'm going to piggyback off quite a few things that you all talked about. I think it was Nash talked about, what was it? Or it may have been you that said how the government came in and basically said the men couldn't be in the household, so they could get money.
Right, exactly.
Right. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to bring it to where we were in Oklahoma. Yeah. It just so happened the last time I was home that I was talking to, I think it was with Dad about that, and he named some of the county agents that were down there, and that was their job. I think it was him I was talking to, and that was their job, to go around and basically sell welfare.
Right.
And I will drop names, but I will say this, Reggie. You came down, you in the third grade, right?
Yep.
Okay. Our first grade teacher, she was one of them.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
She was there when you were there.
I know who you're talking about. I know exactly who you're talking about. Yep.
She was one of those agents, and I didn't know until he told me. But he was like, that was what she did when she wasn't teaching. And
right.
She signed up quite a few people that we know, and to this day, they still fall under that umbrella. If you just think about it, had plenty of kids, but you never seen a man live there.
That's true.
That was the first. The other thing we'll talk about. We're talking about men on the DL.
Right.
I'm 70 miles south of Atlanta.
Oh.
Well, you
Whoa. Whoa.
You see it on the freeway at the 7-Eleven.
You see it everywhere.
No judgment, but it is like, you know.
I said that to say, I don't know when the last time you all been to Atlanta.
It's been a while.
I know, man.
But there, I don't even know about the download, man. You just know the other ones are just out there.
Yes.
That's what I was saying. They look better than women. That's why I feel sorry for you men. You guys, woo, if you meet a woman down there, I don't know how you gonna know unless you ask for baby pictures. They are beautiful down there.
I'll get to that in a minute. But I said that to say the other part of Atlanta, you have probably I won't even put a number on. You walk through Atlanta, or just drive through Atlanta, go to any mall or whatever.
Yeah.
Beautiful black women everywhere.
No doubt.
Now, I need you to check your memory, go back 5, 6, 7 years, the highest rate of HIV among heterosexual women was Atlanta.
Yes, it was.
It was.
And primary cause, those men on the down.
Yes,
Yep.
sir. You're right.
Yep, we were talking about that earlier.
Now, to put the government on blast,
Okay.
best way to control the population, or black population,
Yeah, to control its ability to reproduce. You're absolutely right.
Wow.
and that's what they're doing.
Yep.
Wow.
Nearly Fuller, and you know this, old bro, because you read the book just like I did. Nearly Fuller talks about this in detail. That's why I keep telling people to read that book.
Wow. So
That's it. And if you go back, I'm going to give you a timeline, a recent timeline of when we saw things start to change, and I have to go kind of off of military. And everybody's familiar with, the don't ask, don't tell policy.
Yes.
That Bill Clinton,
Yes.
Bill Clinton instituted.
Yep.
Before him, when I initially went in, the policy was they would ask you on the application to join, are you gay? Or have you ever committed any homosexual act? If you said yes, you were disqualified from joining the military.
Oh,
Right.
wow.
Okay. Bill Clinton came in, and the policy changed to don't ask, don't tell. Now, you're going to see the progression I'm talking about.
Okay.
That stayed into place until Barack Obama.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the whole don't ask, don't tell. Let me say, don't ask, don't tell worked just fine. 'Cause you didn't tell me, I wasn't going to ask you, and I didn't want to know.
Right.
It ain't your business.
Right.
Right.
That's true.
But
Yeah.
everybody, in a sense, everybody knew who was what. That's just the way people are in groups. That girl or that guy, they do what they do. You're just not going to ask them about it, and they're not going to put it in your face. And that worked just fine.
Exactly.
Barack Obama came along, and you see where I'm going with this.
I see where
this
you're
is
going
a
with it.
government thing.
Yes, I see where you're going.
Barack Obama came along and said, okay, y'all can come on out the closet now.
Yep.
And they came out in droves.
They came out in truckloads.
Yeah, they were like.
That's right.
They came out in buses.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right.
18 Willis.
And
Yeah.
one of my biggest problems, and like I say, I'm like you, they do what you want to do, but this was my problem with us as black folk. We're some of the most dramatic people you ever want to meet.
Man, yeah. We take everything to
we
take everything to the other level.
When the black folk came out, they tried to out gay the white folk and everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Not out gay. That's all I was saying. I don't know where they get this. How they
think about it. When do you see? You don't see women switching as hard as black men.
Absolutely.
You know what?
Absolutely.
You know what, Les? Eventually, I hope the guys you do get to meet this lady to my right. She has a very, very graceful walk.
Well, thank you.
But when I see a black gay dude walking around, and he is switching harder than any woman that you ever wanted to see, I can't help but laugh. Am I wrong for that?
No, you're not wrong for that.
I'm just curious how they doing it in heels. Because I'm like, dang, he walking better than I am. He got on heels. Yeah.
I can tell you a few stories. Where I am, like I said, I'm 70 miles south of Atlanta.
Right.
And like I said, when they came out of the closet, they came out of the closet.
Yes,
and
they
this
did.
coincided with Barack Obama and his presidency.
Yeah.
I'm at the job, and the jobs have to pretty much cater to them. If you LBG, alphabet, whatever, I can't even keep up with the letters now.
I call them the alphabet crew. I call them the alphabet people. That's what I call them.
Quite a few letters, yeah. It's quite a few.
Yeah, the job has to cater to them. I mean, you cannot in any way discriminate against them.
Yeah.
And that's their reason
Mm-hmm.
for being outwardly whatever they are.
Right.
Because now they have, I won't say protections, now they have, it's more than protections, they're basically giving them stuff.
They're like another race.
You know,
They're like another
right,
race.
whereas as black people, you wake up, you look at your skin, you ain't hiding that.
No, you can't hide
not at
that.
all.
You can't hide that at all.
Right, but a gay person, we would never know they were gay unless they told us.
Exactly. That was my whole point, man. I mean, you hit the nail on the head with that one right there. I mean, I've always said that. You know, I would never know if somebody was homosexual until they told me, because number one, I don't care, and number two, you know, it is what it is. That's your business. So, you know, that's just me.
We're having the same problem. There's no way that our civil rights movement equates to their movement.
Right.
But that's the way they want to portray it.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, like I said, man, you say you can't hide that you're black.
No, you can't.
But you were in the closet. But they were in the closet for God knows how long,
Exactly.
and nobody knew. Now, one of the stories. This is a funny story. It has nothing to do with protections or all that.
Mm-hmm.
But after the whole Barack Obama said, "Okay, y'all be gay, come on out." Then we had the civil unions and gay marriage, et cetera, et cetera.
Right, right.
Man, these folks came out of the closet so much here. And this is, I took a picture of one of these. This is two stories. One of these, I took a picture. We have a guy at one of the places I'm contracted to.
Yeah.
I manage a certain group, but we're contracted to a place. And I went in the bathroom, going in, take a piss. And I got confused when I walked in.
I know where you're going.
Because, I walk in and the person has their back to me and the hair is down to the butt.
Yeah.
I mean, it's long, straight, and pretty. I'm thinking, wait a minute, I done walked in this bathroom 1,000 times. Did I walk into the wrong one? No. This person turned around and looked at me, and I mean, they had that long, pretty hair, and there's such thing as a pretty man. That was a pretty man with a goatee.
Oh no!
And and I'm thinking, okay, now
you get it.
Control.
Now you get it. Yeah.
But surprisingly, he didn't have on some heels
further.
and a dress in there with a face full of makeup and eyelashes. Yeah.
Well, take it a step further. Now you have them coming in with leggings on.
Oh man.
Oh yeah.
And yes, I mean it is. I'm like, okay, this is where we are now. That is where we are now.
What
They're
about the
coming in
skinny
with leggings
jeans?
on,
The skinny jeans.
you can't tell the women from the men, and
That's true.
ain't but one way to tell. And I don't want to tell if it's coming to that.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
But you do know there are some people to a vacant. Now that gay, LBG, whatever, is getting so many accolades and recognitions, a lot of people are pretending to be gay to move up in their career.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, they are doing that.
And
And to piggyback off what you said, so bro, there's a poem by the Last Poets. I don't know if you're familiar with them or not, called Mean Machine. And there's a line inside that poem that said, and when it comes time to the end, the men will look like the women and women will look like the men. So yeah, you're absolutely right. It's getting to that point now, man, to where you can't tell one from the other. So
right. You just can't tell. Not
that way.
From looking at it.
Enough just from looking at it, you can't. But I mean, there's a way to tell, but I don't want to find out. But that's just me.
Yeah, I'm like you. I don't need to know that bad.
Well, now they having this surgery. That's what I'm saying. You got to get baby pictures because they having surgery now. They can get rid of what they don't want and add to what they have.
That takes me to something else.
Hey, brother, the floor is yours.
They're trying to get it now to where, I mean, I don't say trying to get it. They're getting it to the point now where you don't have to have sex to have a child.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just mix it up, and there it is.
No.
Yeah, that's true.
And this is our government, and what we will see in our lifetime is, and you go all the way back to what's the old comedian used to always joke talking about test tube babies.
Robin Harris. Robin Harris.
Yeah.
Robin Harris. What we're about to see is the real life version of a bunch of test tube babies coming up, because the one thing the LB alphabet community has is money.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of it.
And it's amazing me how they get it. Oh, yes, they
I'm
do.
believing it is government funded.
I agree. I agree with you.
Oh, wow. I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I agree with you on that.
Now, going back to the test tube babies, and going back to the ISIS papers, you see where I'm going with this.
I see where you're going with this, brother.
Okay, if you take Atlanta as an example, okay, we're taking the black women out of the equation.
Yep.
So you're pretty much taking a whole bunch of black kids out of the equation.
Yep.
That's just Atlanta. And now we're making up all kinds of things in the lab. Oh, they're pretty much, it's a long-term solution that they have in hand, but that's their way of getting rid of us.
Yeah, I've always said that. Like I said, the masculine, the two masculines and the two feminines can't produce fruit. So whenever that happens, you control the population. And it's just like, and to piggyback off what you just said, so bro, you already know that Nelly Fuller has preached this on several occasions. They are trying to replace black vagina with white anuses. So, and he said that on several occasions.
Really?
Yeah, it's because they don't want to reproduce.
Here's a case that you can Google, because I think it was one of y'all mentioned the church. This is Pastor McFarland in Montgomery.
I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. Go ahead, continue.
I don't know if he was on the down low or whatever it was. However, this man contracted HIV back in the early 2000s and slept with numerous women in his congregation.
Yes, he did.
And they basically had to sue him to get him out of the church.
He got arrested too. They arrested him for that.
Yes. And that's a whole other thing. We could get on. I don't want to get on the church because we all come up down around. But that's a whole other issue.
So now we talk about church. Atlanta, what's up,
the
big
church that we knew.
What's his name?
Yep, you're right, man. You're absolutely right. But I heard about this story, man. They arrested that dude because he was spreading that stuff all over the place within his congregation. You are absolutely right.
And I work with guys that know him.
Wow.
Yeah, he preached in Montgomery. I work in LaGrange, Georgia, and he's originally from LaGrange.
Wow.
And yes, man, this little area here, about 100-mile stretch. Yeah. There's no telling what you're gonna hear from Atlanta to Montgomery. All kinds of things happen. It's crazy, and it's a little microcosm of what's going on worldwide or nationwide.
Right.
But is it a fad?
I'm not gonna say it's a fad. What do you think, so, bro? Do you think it's a fad? Do you just think that people are just?
Are they living in their truth, or is it a fad?
Yeah. What do you think?
A fad?
Yeah.
Like they just get along with everybody else is doing it.
Oh, it's not a fad.
Wow.
This has been implemented over time.
Yeah.
And we can go back to, I think Naz referred to the civil rights movement. Well, you didn't hear about it much in the civil rights movement.
No, you didn't.
But you had. Go ahead.
No, you're right. Go ahead. Finish up.
But you had it. You had that agenda there. Bayard Rustin, who who was
There you
really
go.
one of the
Yes.
one
I
of
was
the masterminds behind all of that.
I was hoping you'd mention that
Who
name,
is it?
Bayard Rustin.
They are.
He was you know, if somebody did the research on him, it was in the movement, but you don't know who all he was associated with, but we know of him.
Yep.
But we don't know his whole posse. You know, so it started. This has been a plan that's been in the works for years and years, and we're seeing the implementation.
Yep.
Like I said, in our lifetime, we're going to see some things that we. The other thing is, just think about how fast technology has moved
Oh yeah,
in the last
Yes.
35 years.
Yes, it's moved in leaps and bounds, man.
Oh, he was across
Right.
the board. Civil rights, gay rights, social. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Bayard Rustin was a real big advocate of gay rights.
Wow.
As was, and if I make no mistake, correct me if I'm wrong, so bro, James Baldwin, because James Baldwin was openly gay.
Oh yeah, definitely James Baldwin.
Yeah, I knew,
Yeah, he was openly gay. So,
His
but
poems is about.
Yeah, except he wasn't hiding. Right.
no, he
His
wasn't hiding. He didn't
plays
care.
and
You know,
everything.
it is what it is with him. But you know, and he was. But the thing about James Baldwin and Malcolm X can attest to this. If he was still alive, we didn't care.
No. Because he wasn't
Right.
hiding it.
No, he wasn't hiding. Number one, and number two, he
Yeah.
didn't put it up in your face. You know, he
Right.
just said, "Hey, this is what I'm doing for black people, and we're going to ride on this together." You know, damn who I'm sleeping with. That's
Kind
my
of the
business.
same thing now in our lifetime with Elton John. Everybody know that, but he doesn't just like project that on people.
Yeah.
You know, so
Right.
I
And
just
you
wow.
brought up Malcolm X.
Mm-hmm.
You seen how they're trying to tear down
Yep.
one of the most masculine men.
Oh my God. Yeah.
They said he's gay.
They tried their best to make him
Yeah.
gay.
Yeah. They're trying their best to make Malcolm X gay.
He's married with with children.
Yeah, but they're trying to tear him down. But they
For
do that
what?
also right because he's a strong alpha male, and they don't want that to happen. Better term is damn near God to black people.
Right.
Wow.
Malcolm X in recent years overshadowed MLK in some
Yes, he did.
instances.
That's true. That's very
Yes,
true.
he did.
Yeah.
And that's when you start seeing the concerted effort to start tainting his image.
Yep. And that's exactly what's been going on.
And Barack Obama, I'm not a I am a Barack Obama fan, let me say that, but I'm not under the there's no cloud of illusion that he did a whole bunch of things for black people. He gave us the hope that not even the hope, the knowledge that somebody of color can reach that office.
Yep.
Now, as far as something tangible that we can hold on to, I don't see much.
That's what I was saying. That's what I keep on saying to people about President Obama. I'm not knocking President Obama. Not knocking him at all.
Nah.
I mean, but like I said, he gave us that look to say, okay, somebody that looks like me can hold the highest office in the land.
Correct.
But
Right. Now, and I brought up his name because if you remember that pastor from New York,
yep.
he kept pushing the conspiracy theory that
Yes, he did.
that Barack Obama was gay, he had a gay lover, blah blah
Yep.
blah blah.
Yep.
So if you're a black man and you attain a certain level of power, they're gonna come at you some way, and most of the time it never fails. It's gonna be through sex, and the best way to get a black man is with our community, especially back in the day, is not just sex, but sex with another man.
There you go.
So and there are places in black that the code book spells it out,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how they get us.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how they get our mind. And as people,
Yep.
they pretty much, and we're looking at this election now. Everybody's on the fence. Biden, Trump. My advice, whether you vote for either one, look at who's below them on the ticket.
Yep.
Because Trump, we've had him for, I'm getting a little bit off, we've had him for almost 4 years.
Yep.
I mean, he's not done anything.
Nope.
As far as, I can't tell any difference as far as what I do day to day, other than we have this coronavirus.
That's it.
But as far as a great policy change, pretty much what Obama had in place is still in place.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's true.
Only thing is he's dwindling away little by little of Obamacare.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, but
right.
everything else is still in place.
Yeah.
He's trying.
He's trying.
He's
Exactly.
trying
He's trying.
to pick it apart. But here's the deal with that. There are more white people on Obamacare
It
than they
sure
care
is.
to
I'm
admit.
glad you said that.
Yes, it is.
I'm glad you said that. You are absolutely
Yes,
right.
it
You are
is.
absolutely right. There are more. I'm going to go ahead and say underprivileged white people on Obamacare.
Obama has
Yeah.
released the homo demons
Yeah.
on the black man.
Yeah.
Watch out, black women. A white homo is going to take your man.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
kind of?
Yeah. Yeah, I heard about that a while back though. I mean, you know, I'm
Trying to
glad
see
I'm
what
glad
the
Leslie
story
brought that up
was.
though.
2014.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So you can't work hard, get notoriety without somebody questioning your sexuality or try to put a stain on your good characteristic and personality.
Well, it's like Leslie said, you know, and me and Leslie both were saying that you can't be a strong alpha male without somebody trying to tear you down. Case in
That's
point,
right.
Malcolm X. You know,
Yeah.
they're trying their best to tear him down because that
Yeah.
guy that was saying that Malcolm X was a closet homosexual, which I think is a BS lie. But you know, that's just my personal opinion. But that's what they do. They try to destroy the character of the person as opposed to destroying the person, because they can't destroy his legacy because
Absolutely.
they can't destroy his legacy. They
too
can try,
strong. Yeah,
but
it's
you know
too
it's not going to
strong.
work.
Jeez. So who's next?
And so I can say it's been a concerted effort. They're implementing the plan, and they're implementing it well.
Yes, they are.
So, and it's programs, it shows like you all that we can put it out there a little bit at a time, and it'll spread. But you know, some people are just going along, accepting the information, not doing their own research. I encourage everybody, pick up a book.
Thank you.
Yes.
Don't just look at those news channels, because they will have you going straight to hell in the proverbial sense.
No, you're absolutely right. And that's why I always start off this show with books that every black person should read at least once in their lifetime. And I know you have all of them, almost all of them, if you don't have all of them that I mentioned. So,
Oh yeah, I have the great majority of them. You put a couple up there I'm going to have to get though.
Okay, so there you go. That's the reason why I put those books out there, so people could read them. I mean, and they need to be read. You know, I mean, you know, and I keep stressing the compensatory counter racist code because it's like you said a couple of weeks ago. That code will help us out a great deal. Don't you agree?
Oh yes, if people, I can say, if for no other reason, to recognize what's going on.
Yep.
If you recognize it, you can choose to deal with it however you want to. You can deal with it on code at that time, or you can pause as long as you realize what's going on and get back on code.
Yep.
You know, but you have to know what's going on. And I can say he wrote that book how many years ago? In the 60s?
He wrote that book in the 60s. It was published in 1972, if I make no mistake. And I have the revised version because he added some stuff to it. And I think you got an older copy, don't you, Soul Bro?
Yeah, I have an older copy.
Okay, yeah, yes, he has a version that I wanted to have, but I got the newer copy.
What year was that?
What year is yours, Soul Bro? 84, 85? Or is it older than that?
It's mid 80s.
Okay, yeah. Okay, and mine was revised in 09.
Wow.
2010, something longer than that. But he added some stuff to it, you know, which is a good thing.
Right.
Which is a good thing, but you know, you still got to get that.
Because the
book.
culture is steady changing. He's probably had to revise it again.
He probably has rewrote it again. I don't know, but you know.
Didn't he also have a study guide to go with it?
Yes, he did. He had a word
later
guide.
editions?
I got to get that. I got to get that too. I got to get that. I don't have that. Yeah, he has a word guide to go with it.
Okay. Need that.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely got to get that. But yeah, he did. Man, if I got a coin Neely Fuller, and I was coining before, man, you know, quote him word for word. If you don't understand racism, which is white supremacy, what it is and how it works, everything else will just confuse you.
Just confusion. That's it.
Yep.
And it's everywhere.
It is everywhere.
Everywhere.
White supremacy is global. It's damn near religion. It's damn near religion. Might as well say it is. So.
Now, but it hasn't always been like that. Now, it hasn't always been that. Is that because of what people are saying? It's because of Agent Orange? Did he make it more accessible for people to feel free to be?
Well, I can honestly say this about Donald Trump.
Be?
Well, I can honestly say this about Donald Trump, and I'm not quite sure Leslie would agree with me. Only thing Donald Trump did was was show us as black people who our friends really were, or really are. Don't you agree?
He did us a favor.
Yeah, exactly. That's the way I see it. That's the way I see it because where we come from in rural time Oklahoma, racism is rampant. Am I lying, soul bro?
Oh no, it's rampant. You're right.
It is rampant where we come from. I mean, people will just call you a nigga as to look at you. That's how bad it gets. That's how bad it can get.
And y'all was told you can't go in that part of town. Y'all was told that?
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Wow.
Idlebill used to be a sundown town, didn't it, soul bro?
Oh yeah, and but here's what Donald Trump did. You had those that we grew up with.
Yep.
That came from those families.
Yep.
But learned how to adapt. And kind of be covert in their racist way.
Yep.
Donald Trump emboldened them to come on out of that closet.
And that's exactly what they're doing. That's exactly what they're doing. That's exactly what they're doing. He just emboldened them and said, "Hey, you ain't gotta hide your racism. Come on out with it."
And what they didn't do was look forward. Eventually, Donald Trump's gonna, if not now, 4 years from now.
There you go.
He's not going to be president.
No, he's not.
But they're still out of the closet.
Yep. We know who you are now.
That's right.
We know who you are now.
I'm going to deal with them accordingly from now on.
Exactly. I mean, and one person in particular, I'm just going to go ahead and put his name out there, Shane Powell. We both went to school. We both went to school with Shane. And to be honest with you, when I was talking to Shane in school, Shane was pretty cool. But as Donald Trump has been in office, and Leslie can back me up because we done both lit his ass up on Facebook several times over. Have we not, so bro?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Shane has he is swinging on Trump's nutsack like Tarzan. I'm telling you.
Oh Lord.
He is.
Up to the point of he's buying into the whole. I won't say buying into it. Has bought into the whole. There's going to be a race war.
Yeah, he is. He really is.
And something to think about.
But here's where he goes wrong with that thinking. He's still thinking race war like it happened back in the 40s, 50s, 20s, 30s, etc.
Oh no.
No, it's not gonna be like that.
Oh no.
It's a different time now.
It's a different time
Definitely.
now. Different methods.
Different people.
Different people. Come on now. Say that.
And it's not like our ancestors were punks or anything like that, but they didn't have access to what we had.
Of course not. Oh no.
And they didn't have the training that many of us have.
There you go.
And as I told Shane on Facebook, you say what you want to, but bullets fly two ways.
There you go. Come on now. Come on now.
And some of us have had them go past us and know how to fire back. So war sounds good, but I've been there and done that.
Yeah. You was in the line of fire.
He does not know what he's asking for.
Yeah, you were in the line of fire, so you know all too well.
Wow.
So they're looking, they're playing their little Facebook. I mean, PS5, PS4 games, and Game of Thrones. I mean, whatever this crap is now.
Call of Duty.
And Call of Duty. That's it. That's not war.
No, it's not. That's playing.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's kind of funny, but it's sad. Like I said, we knew this guy through high school.
Yep.
Years and years, and all of a sudden, here comes Donald Trump, and this guy comes out as one of the biggest racists I've ever seen.
Oh my God, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. they're like the deal. They're coming out the closet.
They're coming out the closet,
Yeah.
man. Like I said, you know, because I know I done fired Shane up and shut him up several times, and Leslie has done that very same thing too, several times over. More
He
times
still
than
don't
I
get
care to
it.
count.
He don't get it, huh?
He just don't get it because we shut him down. I don't know how many times. I lost count. Les, how about you?
He's never called you out your name.
I shut him down so many times. I basically just stopped fooling with him.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
He don't call out your name.
He's bought into this whole boogaloo thing.
Thank you, the Boogaloo Boys. Yeah. That's a racist
and
white
he
group.
mentioned it a couple times when they put the word out, and that's when I had to go ahead and tell him. You know that sounds good on your part. You know, it sounds like a threat to me. Dude, be careful what you ask for.
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly.
Because you know, and then okay, let's just be real. You take 10 black men, just go walk outside and grab 10 black men.
Mm-hmm.
First 10 you see, and grab 10 white men. The first 10 you see, and say run 40 yards.
Mm-hmm.
8 out of them 10 black men gonna make that 40 yards pretty fast.
Yep.
Maybe 2 out of them 10 white men gonna make it. I mean, and just physically, we're the better specimen. Always have been, always will be.
There you go. There you go. I've always said that.
We're more of a defensive race, but once we finally come on out there, we're gonna kick ass and take names. I think that's what they don't realize.
Well, yeah, they have to understand something, man. Whenever they came over on the slave ships to go grab black people, they didn't grab them scrawny ones. They grabbed the warrior class.
They call them big bucks.
Yeah, they grabbed them big old bucks.
Yeah,
they grabbed the best specimens they could find.
The hard workers,
Yeah,
and then you have to, and then even then, the ones that didn't make it were either too weak or their mind was so strong. One of the two things. Either they killed themselves or disease got them. So only the strongest
Only the strongest made it over here. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, because in this day and age, we don't have any MLKs that preach peace and love.
Oh, no.
Who's preaching peace and love now?
Nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody.
So I guess everybody got that. What's that group we were just looking at before? They got that mentality. We'll get you before you get us kind of mentality.
The
no such something. I'm like,
yeah. I want to get your take on the not fucking around coalition, Les.
Yeah.
What you think about them, man? I think they're a bunch of idiots. I think they're stupid, but you know.
But would they be the ones to protect us, though?
My initial impression of them.
Okay.
Was the initial impression when they hit Stone Mountain up there?
Yeah.
That was I had a positive impression then. Initially, but it didn't take. As soon as what Grandmaster, whatever the hell his name is,
Grandmaster J. I call him Scam Master J, because that's pretty much what he is. A scam artist.
Right. As soon as he started opening his mouth and I started doing research on him, I was like, okay, he's an agent.
Yep, exactly.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
And then if you notice, everywhere they go now, there's always an incident of, we'll call it friendly fire. But if you have a disciplined organization,
somebody shoot,
there will be no such thing. There won't be those type of incidents. But yeah, that Grandmaster, all he's gonna do is set up a whole bunch of black people to stand there and get killed.
But Les, I mean, even before you went into the military, and I'm quite sure Big Leslie taught you how to shoot and hold the gun. The first thing you do when you have a gun is you hold that thing down to the ground with your finger off the trigger. You know,
right.
That way you won't shoot yourself in the foot like a dumbass.
Yeah.
Right.
I remember one of those guys.
And that brings me back. That brings me back to something that we talked about earlier. Or y'all talked about earlier. I meant to get on it, and you just kind of tugged my memories in. Because many of us grew up with the mother or
Big Mama
or something like that right there.
Right.
However, she also had her counterpart.
Yes, indeed.
Who showed you what a man was.
There you go. In my case, it was my grandfather. So yeah, you're absolutely right.
Right. There was always a counterpart there that showed you what a man was. Now she did the everyday this, that, and other, but when push came to shove, you knew if he got involved in something that she was taking care of, it wasn't going to be good for you.
Exactly.
So, and like you said, I learned how to hunt and all this stuff. We had plenty of male figures around.
Yeah, we did. There was a bunch of them. There was a bunch of them because, like, we had a bunch
the advantage we had was being in a rural area.
Yep.
That's the advantage. You can't, and there were, I can say, there were a lot of houses down there that, didn't have that male counterpart.
That's true.
In that house.
That's true, but we still had those male counterparts.
Up the street.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Because I had my grandfather, Leslie had his pops, and even if they weren't around, we had Mr. Monroe Threadgill. So that
you read my mind because I was just about to call his name.
Yep, Mr. Monroe Threadgill. That man right there, and everybody had a nickname with him. Mine was Red Stick. So he and everybody was cool with Mr. Monroe, and you did not, and Mr. Monroe didn't play either, did he, Les?
No, he didn't play.
Did he have
He did
children
not
of
play.
his own?
And
20.
He had 20 children?
Same woman.
Yeah.
Oh, poor that poor
Same
lady.
woman.
Lord have mercy.
Same woman. Miss Red.
We had Mr. Monroe and we had Mr. Patton.
Oh yeah, Mr. Solon Patton. Come on now.
And Mr. Patton, I mean, that's legendary status right there.
No doubt.
Wow.
Because when you came before him, you came correct.
Yes, you did.
The way you talk, the way you walk, the way you dress.
And he would correct you every single time. Every single time.
And there are things that, and you would get corrected with a pattern.
Thank you.
Oh, so he was a teacher?
And then Reggie would get corrected. Or see, just talking about Mr. Patton made me just sit here and think. Let me rephrase it. Reggie and I.
There you go.
Get that vocab right.
Yep.
A little different than the super duper basketball players.
Yep.
And I say that in the, you had those guys that weren't good with English and math. They learned how to speak.
Yes, they
But
did.
when it came to what's the difference between a subject and a predicate and blah, 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 they may not know that.
They not
Right.
Or when it came to a word problem, putting it on the chalkboard, they may not know that.
Right.
And whereas if he gave Reggie or myself a word problem, we went to that board, we better not miss.
Oh no. Oh no. No.
Because we were going to get a paddle.
Yep.
Because he expected
we
more.
were supposed to know.
Yeah.
But if they missed the layup, they getting that same paddle.
Yes, indeed.
Wow, nice.
Yep.
Okay, gentlemen, it sounds so refreshing to hear you speak of this. Why don't we have that now?
Different time.
And is that why so many of our black men becoming down low or sissies or gay or however you want to call them?
Well,
they don't have that formula in their lives now.
Well, the thing.
And I hate to jump on some of the bandwagons that I hear, but you got government a little bit too involved in school.
Absolutely.
I agree with you on that one, man.
Yes,
I agree
sir.
with you on that one. I agree with you on that
I
one.
said when they took prayer out, it was going to be a problem.
You got people out there, man, that
Pledge of Allegiance.
Cause like Mr. Patton, like to piggyback off of what Les said, Mr. Patton played no games. You can't correct him, Mr. Patton. I mean, he wasn't very tall in stature. He was maybe 5'7", 5'8", if that less.
Well, let me ask you: did he do this only with the guys, or did he do this with the females?
Females too.
That's what I'm talking about.
Females too.
We don't have that now.
Females too. But the thing of it is, that's a different era back then.
Yeah.
I mean, cause like right now, you got the teachers out here that are scared of the students.
Oh, the students, yeah.
And that's part of the problem. Mr. Patton was scared of it. He didn't give a damn how big you were. You can't correct with him. Cause I remember one time.
I'll tell you a story.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you a story how powerful he was. He gave me a paddling one time. It was a group. The group got in trouble. I ain't done anything wrong.
Uh-huh.
But I was part of that group. So I learned a lesson. Sometimes you're guilty by association. But
There you go.
what happened, I got that paddle and I went home and I got there and Dad was out there doing something in the yard.
Mm-hmm.
And this is how that conversation went. I walked up to him. I said, Daddy, Mr. Patton gave me we called it the board.
Yeah, gave us a
The
board.
board,
Yep.
yeah.
Gave us that board.
Mr. Patton gave me the board today, and my daddy stopped me right then before I could say anything else.
Mm-hmm.
He said, son, you might want to stop right now.
Mm-hmm.
He said, if he gave it to you,
You deserve
it.
Wow.
There you go. You deserved it.
Now these
That was
parents
the
be
end of the
going to the
conversation.
school trying to fight the teacher.
Yep, you deserved it. I mean, that was it. And you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I mean, now, Les is like me. We didn't get very many paddlings.
Enough said.
But
yeah.
the ones that
Right.
we did get, I can pretty much guarantee you we deserved them. But that's just how it was. I mean, like I said, he wasn't a very tall man. Short man, had his mustache clean, and he had a clean head. I never forget that. Very short man, 5'7", 5'8" at the tallest.
Wow.
At the tallest.
But he
yes.
took pride in his position in that school.
He took pride in his position in that school,
and the children that was in
and
that
people
school.
respected Mr. Patton.
Absolutely.
Cause I can pretty much guarantee, and you know how big Kevin Williams was, right, Les?
Right.
Kevin Williams was scared of Mr. Patton.
Wow.
Heck yeah.
Everybody, man.
Everybody was.
Everybody was.
That's how it should be.
Everybody was.
No grown person.
He didn't
would be
ask
fearful
for
of a child.
respect. He demanded.
He commanded respect.
That's right.
And that's part of the
That's it.
problem we're having right now in these schools, because like right now, especially now, and I'm quite sure you've seen it too, Les, you got parents out there, if a teacher was to discipline a child, the parent will get involved and start acting stupid.
Go to the school trying to fight.
Right.
Yeah, go out there trying to act a fool.
You don't hit my child.
You don't hit my child.
You call me.
That's
Yeah.
part of the problem right
Yeah.
there.
Mm-hmm.
That's part
And
of the
I'll
problem.
tell you, to give her a mind of who Mr. Patton would put you in the mind of via a movie, think of Joe Clark and Lean on Me.
Oh my
That's who he
goodness.
was.
That's what
There
we
you go.
need now.
There you go. That's a perfect example right there.
That's what we're missing.
That's a perfect
And
example
he made
right there.
those boys pull up their pants, made them change their dressing. If we hadn't, maybe these guys won't be so clean to wear makeup and dresses and
Let me
heels
tell
to
you
school.
something, and I'm quite a little.
We do a little cussing every now and then.
Oh yeah.
And you know that ain't gonna fly.
Oh Lord, no. Oh no, Miss Deborah ain't gonna play that. Boy, what you saying?
That's good.
And the thing of it is, see, Miss Deborah knows my mother, cause Miss Deborah and my mother were like real. With that
Right.
being said, man, hey,
she
that.
gonna call me, Judy, I heard Drake
Hey,
on there
oh
cussing
man,
up
yeah,
a
she'll be.
storm.
Oh man, come on, I never hit the end of it. Come on, mama called me on the phone. Reggie, did I hear you cussing?
Mhm.
Yeah. So
And the thing of it then, and that was the other thing that we had, and it didn't matter down there. All the parents enforced discipline on everybody.
Everybody.
Yes,
that's
they
right.
did.
That's how
You
we
didn't
was
jump.
raised.
I couldn't go to Reggie's and jump out of line.
Absolutely.
of course not. My grandmother would have tore Les's ass up, literally.
Right. And
That's how
and
it
he
was
couldn't
in
come
mine, yeah.
to my house and
Oh,
jump out.
no.
You couldn't
Not
go
at
anywhere
all.
and jump
Oh
out of
no.
line.
Oh no. Somebody's gonna get you.
Or if you go uptown and they saw you acting up, by the time you got home, Granny already knew it.
Oh man.
She already
Yeah.
knew it.
Oh man.
And
Yeah.
that was you was gonna get corrected there, and depending on how they felt, you might have got a whooping
Right there.
wherever you were,
Yes, sir. Yes,
Right.
sir.
knowing you get another one when you got home.
Oh yeah, of course. That's the way it was back then.
Wow.
That's the way it was back then. Because Les's dad, like my grandfather, was a Mason, and those Masons knew each other.
Oh yeah.
They knew everybody's business.
Absolutely. Man, do we still
And
have
that's, like I
Masons
said,
here?
you think about it, man. You think about it, but you think about the male role models we had out there.
Oh man, come on. We
You
have.
know, you sit back and think about it, Mr. Patton.
Mm-hmm.
Joe, I'm saying you started now. You brought up the Masons. There's a lot of them were Masons that I didn't know until I got older. But Joe Butler,
Joe Butler. Yeah, Mr. Joe.
and Joe Butler, and Joe Jr.
Oh yep, Joe Jr. too. Yep, you're right. Joe Jr.
had-
too.
And you had, I don't know if you remember J.C. Hall.
I remember him.
Okay, you had him. I mean, you could go J.C. Willis. We can name man after man. We had plenty of men around
Yes, we did.
to if we had a question, they had an answer.
There you go.
And all we had, Sonny, Ezel, all you had to do was just.
Oh yeah.
You name it. We had the truck drivers, we had the hunters, we had the former soldiers, we had the teachers, we had it all as far as male examples.
Where is that now?
We don't have it now. Like I said, that's a different time. I mean, because like this is, I mean.
But we still have black men in the world.
Yeah, we still got black men in the world. And and me personally, I've told you about my nephews, and I have tried to steer them in the right direction. And I've also told you about my stepsons.
Right.
I steer them in the right direction.
Absolutely. But
Leslie has
you're
children.
1-on-1.
Yeah.
We need many.
I agree with you on that.
Gosh.
I agree with you on that.
But here's another problem. And see, we're talking about how we grew up, but the advantage we have, and it's kind of on us because we got away from it, is we don't have those communities anymore.
That's exactly it.
We don't.
That's exactly it.
We do not.
We all chased better opportunities, which meant leaving where we came from.
Yep.
Yes, you're right.
You're right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely
trying
right.
to do better. We moved on up and lost it. Yeah.
That's exactly
right.
it.
And if you walk outside now, do you know who lives in the 10 houses closest to you?
Nope.
Exactly.
I know they noisy. That's all I know.
Right.
I don't even know their names.
So that sense of community is gone.
Yeah, it is. You're right. That's a good point. We knew everybody up the hill where we stayed. Everybody.
That's the way it was with us. I mean, because we knew everybody. Everybody knew everybody.
Everybody in our little.
I mean, everybody knew who everybody was related to. And everybody knew everybody. Yeah, everybody knew everybody, basically.
Even when we moved from the country up here, we knew all the kids in our neighborhood. We all got together and played, and
that's the way it was.
Parents knew each other.
It's the same deal here, and it's the same deal with me and Les. Because, like I said, in that little tight knit town community, we had two sections. We had the Bethel area. We would all get together and we play whatever, play basketball, whatever, and get out there and ride those wild horses and all that stuff. Yeah, we did all of that. So. That's just how it was. I mean, it was more of a community then.
Right.
And like I said, and like Les said, we had no shortage of male role models then.
Right.
No shortage.
But now in so many single parent households, I guess our boys don't have a chance.
It was single parent households then, wasn't it, Les?
Oh, really?
Right.
Oh,
but still,
okay.
Yeah. But still,
households then.
But still,
it was a community.
Yeah, it was still a community, and like I said, everybody knew everybody.
Right. I thought you were talking about because so many men were still,
Oh no. That was single parent households then.
That was around, and you was able to put your hands on.
Yeah, I mean, we just had access to all those guys.
Yeah. Oh, but there was single parent households.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, that still don't make sense then, because we got single parents household now, and these boys and girls these days are out of control.
And again, it's about the community.
Yeah.
It's about the community. I mean, they're not a tight knit community anymore, and that's part of the problem.
We call ourselves trying to do better, and I think we just messed up that formula.
Hey, y'all, I got to jump off, but I enjoyed it.
You too.
Hey,
Thank you so
man.
much. Some more jewels
Brother,
today. Thank
anytime,
you.
man. Call anytime, and we'll chop it up, and we'll get busy with it.
All right. Hey, y'all. Hey, we've been on how long?
I know. I just looked at the clock. I didn't even realize that we're over 2 hours.
Yeah, man. We've been on it for a cool minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, so bro, man, we'll
time flies with good company.
You ain't lying, man. Good
Good
conversation and all that, man. So but yeah, man, hit us up later.
Thank you.
All right, brother. Y'all take it easy.
You too.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Wow. Reminiscing.
Yeah,
I just wish some of these kids could hear some of this. So they can get that knowledge.
Well, the thing of it is, that's another one of the many reasons why I put this podcast together. And that's the reason why I'm doing it with you, so we can have that feminine perspective also. It just can't just be the masculine.
But
we
our
have to have the feminine
lives
perspective.
parallel so much.
I agree.
But that jewel he dropped about Obama,
Yeah.
because they are out now. They just so, and that's why I want to ask you. Even though Obama gave them that happenstance to just be free or quote unquote come out the closet, why are they so like in your face with it? Is that necessary?
It's not necessary in my opinion. I mean, like I said, I don't really care who or what somebody sleeps with. That's not my business. you know. And they make it so overt that
Good word.
that they're throwing it in your face, basically. This is me, this is who I am. Okay, cool. All right, be you. I don't care. That's not my business.
But when it's like that, do you want to pass judgment on them?
They make you want to be completely honest with you. I'm just saying.
Absolutely. Me as a female speaking, absolutely.
I mean, cause like I said, like I said, babe, you know, I love looking at you walk because you have a really graceful walk.
Well, thank you, love.
Hey, not a problem. You have I mean, you know, it's real graceful, man. I mean, you know, them 2 round things be going. I better stop. But anyway.
Yeah, you don't been on here too long now.
Yeah, exactly. but and when I see a dude switching harder than any woman I've ever seen in my 49 years of living, you know, really, is that necessary, man?
That's what I'm saying. Where do they get that vision, or where they get that thought that's how a woman's supposed to walk, or dress, or act, or talk?
Right.
Where is that coming from?
I don't know. They just being extra with it, in my opinion. They just being extra with it.
Well, this has been a good conversation today. I was wondering how long we were going to talk about DL because, I mean, I know it's still prevalent, and like right now, I don't think anybody's on the DL right now, is it? Because everything is just so out in your face.
Well, there are still some people out there that are trying to save face by not coming out of the closet when it comes to being on the down low. There's a lot of people out there still trying to save face.
You think so?
Yeah, there's quite a few, but a lot of people have to realize that this kind of behavior is detrimental to the people in your life.
Yes, it is. Not just your wife, your children. Your
children as well. Because the first thing, if, you know, being in school, children are cruel.
Oh, yes. Yes, they are.
Children are very cruel. They will find that little incident and they will see that as a weakness, and they will exploit that weakness every single chance they get. They will pick at it every single day.
Every time
and that's part of the problem. So when you have children and you bring them into that fold and they figure out what's what, that child is going to be ostracized, and bad things can happen after that.
Yes. Because some children can't deal with it. Some
A lot of children can.
Some start. It's just kind of amazing to me how many kids are committing suicide.
Yeah.
7 and 8 years old. What you know about suicide?
For real.
What you know about cutting yourself
suicide.
and taking pills?
I mean, really though.
We as adults, we got to do better.
I
And
agree.
if there are any down low men out there, and I know you can't help who you love. I keep saying that all the time.
Right.
But don't bring a situation like that to another person, a family. I mean, like I said, your wife, your children. What about your friends? Because would you feel comfortable if one of your friends come to you and tell you that he's on the down low? Would you pass judgment on him? Would you still be his friend?
The first thing I would ask him is, what about your wife and children, if you're married?
And he'll tell you, well, sir, man, you know, I got to be happy too. What about my happiness?
Okay, but what about your wife and your children?
I love them. That's my wife and children. But I need affection. I need to be happy too.
Again, what about your wife and children?
Right. That's where it all begins, and that's where it all starts.
There you go.
And stops from
there. You go. Hey.
Sometimes we don't. I mean, I know we all need happy, but sometimes when you decide to go and get a family, sometimes your happiness got to go on the back burner.
There you go.
So my mom used to tell us all the time. I used to ask my mom all the time, why you do so much? She was talking about sometimes, you know, mama feelings, and mama had to put her stuff on the back burner, make sure you guys are okay.
There you go. That's called being a parent right there.
Absolutely.
That's what that is. That's called being a parent.
My dad did the same thing, so it's like.
Yeah, I mean, 'cause like when you're a parent, you got to make your sacrifices. I mean, that's what that is. But a lot of people don't look at it like that.
Yeah. Well, this topic was very interesting. Like I said earlier, I don't know how long. How long are we gonna talk about that? But
well, this was, to be honest with you, I'm just gonna be honest with you. I didn't think we was gonna be on there this long about this subject. I really didn't. But we got
it's still prevalent though.
Exactly.
Heavily.
Exactly. I mean, we got some really good stuff out of it. I would think anyway. And this was a really good conversation, like you said, man. So
very good conversation.
And
then the relevance of you and Les bringing up how you had access to so many good men.
Right.
Maybe that's what we need to incorporate today. I mean, I know that, don't get me wrong, I know there are some good men out there, but obviously these kids don't feel like they're approachable, or they don't even know how to get to them. We need some more of that.
I agree with you on that. I mean, and me personally, I don't have an issue with being a mentor to a young man. I really don't. I would love to be a mentor to a young man, to lead them on the path, especially if there's no father in the home.
Right. Well, sometimes they need help too.
I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that too.
Especially if they didn't have it.
If they didn't have it, because like if they didn't have a father in their home, how are they supposed to know how to be a father to their sons or daughters for that matter?
Absolutely. That's a good point.
So,
very good point.
Yeah, and wow, man. Like I said, this was a deep one.
It was.
This really was a deep one.
I mean, I know a lot of people have opinions about stuff like that, but
yeah,
it has to be talked about.
I agree. It needs to be talked about. I mean, it's a very important subject. I mean, how do you consider yourself?
And I'm not trying to. I don't mean to cut you off. I'm not trying to take precedent because I am a black female. I'm concerned about our black women out here because you're thinking you're building something with a good man, a black man, a strong man, white man, whoever. I don't care what race he is. But in the interim, he knows he has his deep down secret. And then you will probably find out when you go to the doctor and get this notice that, oh, by the way, you have such and such.
Right.
And you trying to figure out, how did I get that? And the first thing you're going to think is your man been cheating with a woman.
Yep.
But in reality, he's been cheating with a man.
Yep.
People, please just be honest with one another.
That's pretty much that's the bottom line, y'all. I mean, if you're out there
and honesty,
right? If you're out there doing God knows what with whoever, and if you have a significant other, whether it's your wife or your long-term partner, let that person know so they can make their mind up as to what they want to do.
And that's like I said about Andrew. That's how we got started. By Andrew's wife, he went to her. Told her
what he was all about.
She decided. She said she made that decision.
Right.
To be with him.
Yeah.
To marry him.
Yeah.
To have children with him.
Yeah.
To build a family with him. She did that. Don't take that away from a woman.
Right. Don't take that decision.
Don't take that decision away from her.
Don't take the decision. I mean,
be man enough and talk to her. Okay, like I love you, but I also have feelings for me.
Yeah.
Or whatever you like, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, and like Marvin said, you like one over the other. I don't care how you slice it. I mean, that's just the way it is. But
yeah.
I mean,
that's why I said somebody get hurt or somebody's going to be lacking somewhere.
Yep, exactly.
A good show, darling.
Hey, really good show, baby.
Absolutely.
Really good show. Yeah, I mean, you brought some really good questions, and like I said, that's the reason why I decided to do the show with you instead of doing it by myself. Because, like I said, when I first started doing this, I was doing it alone, and I figured that since me and you have such deep conversations, it would be a better show if not only you have the masculine. If you have the masculine, you can have to counteract that with the feminine, which is what you bring to the table.
Female perspective.
Right. So, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
But I really appreciate our Coco hosts, though.
Both of them.
Because they seem like they have lived and they got some experiences under their cap. I love that.
No doubt. That's why I like calling those two dudes, man. Because like I said, me and Les go way back. And me and Marvin go back too, but I go back further with Leslie because me and him, we literally grew up in the backwoods together. And me and Marvin,
so y'all been friends like over 40 years?
Oh man, long time.
Jeez.
Long time.
That's crazy.
Since I was 8 years old, 8 years old, something like that.
40 plus. Wow.
And I met Marvin when I was like 12, 13, somewhere along there. Back when Purple Rain came out, so around about that time.
Rain.
Yeah, seriously, yeah, right from me.
Right.
So yeah,
had that experience too, because it's like all three of you guys are really good men.
We try,
really
man.
Good men.
We try. I mean,
I'm sorry, guys. I keep coughing. My allergies are back. This weather. Was it cold? Like I told him earlier, I said, no, when it gets this time of year, I don't do much.
And I understand that.
Because I get cold easily and I get sick easily. My allergies are out of control.
Hey, baby, it is what it is. But, you know how that go. But anyway, I guess we'll go ahead and wrap this up.
All righty then.
Because this was a good
well, let's see. What's coming up this week? Halloweeny. You trick or treat?
I haven't trick-or-treated in years. I mean, I took my grandsons.
They need to go because
I agree with you, man. I mean, I don't know what Chris is going to do.
If they're going over somebody's house, that's good.
I don't know what my son's going to do as far as that's concerned, but I guess I'll call him and figure out what they're going to do because if they do trick or treat, I just have them rather come and do a little something, or do it under the guise of some really heavy supervision.
Excuse me. But I also want to mention as well, Saturday, October 31st, which is also Halloweeny.
Yep.
Me and the GNS Lady, Grown and Sexy Ladies, are going to participate in the breast cancer walk. We will be going to a park in Carrollton. I think it's Josie Park. I can't think of the name, so I'm sorry, guys. But if you will go to our individual Facebook pages, we have put up a flyer to let you know that we are walking.
I got it up on mine too.
Okay, and we will be requesting donations. We put our cash apps on there, so if you see the flyer, you know them, donate, help us out, because we're going to turn that money over to Sister to Sister Foundation. That's the local foundation of the Susan G. Komen organization, and they're helping cancer survivors here locally.
That's a good deal.
And we would like to turn in a very good dollar amount to this organization.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
And if you would like to come out to the park and support us on the sideline by giving us water and wiping our brow, because we're going to be out there walking hard.
Come on.
We're going to put our track shoes on. We're going to be walking hard. I must admit, I'd like to give kudos to you for making us a very beautiful shirt and mask.
Thank you.
And we will get to, again, we'll be getting together this Saturday at the Josie Park in Carrollton at 11 a.m. And we're supposed to walk per Susan D. Komen 5,000 steps, 5K, but we said we're just gonna walk until we can't walk. But again, if you know the GNS ladies, Gwen, Felicia, Angela, myself, Cynthia, and anybody else, Reggie said he has it up on his cash app, up on his page as well.
Yep.
Please donate successful and can turn a good dollar amount survivors here.
There you go.
I appreciate that. We appreciate
There you go. And for everybody out there, if you're new to the show, by all means, hit that like button.
Absolutely.
Give us those likes, man. Subscribe to the channel and hit that little bell so you'll be alerted when the next show comes up.
Absolutely.
And I haven't thought of a subject just yet, but I will.
Oh yeah, it's coming.
It's coming, man. It's gonna be a monster.
You mentioned one last week. I thought we was gonna talk. I'm gonna go back and listen to it. I thought it would be a good topic.
I forgot what it was.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and listen to it. I thought we were gonna talk about DL came up, so we talked about this.
Yeah, I forgot what that was. I really did. I forgot what that was.
But again, if you guys have anything you would like for us to talk about, other than celebrity news and sports, he don't want to talk about that.
Nah, man. Because you can talk about. You can talk about celebrity news, you can talk about sports, you can talk about God knows what, any given moment. I mean, you really can. I mean, in relationships, I don't talk about that stuff.
Yeah, really, that's the other relationship.
Yeah, we can talk about that. I can sum that up in a quick sentence real quick, but, I digress. But anyway, y'all, give us some subjects if you got anything good.
You like to say some talking about.
Yeah. Give us anything.
We'll have a good week. Remember, last week to go out and early vote.
Yeah, get out there and vote if you're going to vote. I would never tell anybody not to vote. So,
absolutely.
Because that it is what it is. But
it's your civic duty.
It's your civic duty to vote. Exactly. I mean, if you don't vote, you really can't complain. Which I don't complain anyway.
Absolutely.
I mean, I already know. It's all effed up anyway.
Oh God.
I could have said the word itself, but I didn't.
Also remember, also. Saturday night, fall back, set your clocks back.
Oh, it's that time of year again?
It is that time of year.
Okay.
I can't believe we're finna go into November. Dressing.
Yeah, man.
Sweet potato pie.
Come on now.
It's been a weird year, but this weird is getting up on out of here.
Oh, man, yeah.
And I'm so glad. I hope 21 will be awesome, be better.
I hope 2021 is going to be a good year, but I got to...
Because 2020 has been just...
2020 has been a monster, man, literally.
Yeah.
So, but I got some hope. I see good things. I'm just going to be honest with you. I see some good things for us.
I do too.
By us and me and you.
I do too.
In 2021. There's going to be some good stuff coming out. But in the meantime, y'all, we're going to go ahead and wrap this show up.
Yes, sir.
Again, hit that like button.
Subscribe
to the channel.
Alert.
Hit that bell so that way you can see when we get ready to come up. And I'm Reggie,
And I am Mimi the lady.
And we out.